80s wrestling family, it is I, the vivacious, vicious Vicky, with yet another Monday night virtual. I'm gracing you with my presence. You're welcome. Tonight we have a very, very special virtual signing with Robert and Ricky, the Rock and Roll Express, baby. As you know, for the last few weeks, months, I have been raving about this particular signing. And guys, here I am to show you that I am graced with the presence of said team for this pre-show. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I am super stoked. How do you feel being in my state of New Jersey? I'm very curious.
I'm feeling real good, but listen to me when we start this off.
Let's go. Bring it to me.
I bought me a new hearing aid. You hear me? I can hear everything. Matter of fact, I bought the best kind you can get.
That's it.
Hey, what kind did you buy? What kind?
I'm very curious, and I have to know. Tell the people.
What kind is it?
What kind of hearing
What
aid?
time is it? Oh, it's about 2:45.
Oh, 2:45.
Okay.
So we
had a good thing here.
Well, perfect, because our host is a comedian, so you guys can go back and forth.
All right.
Jesus.
We hit it.
No, Robert missed the punchline, so but it's
We
all
have
right.
come to rock your ass off.
Yeah, they have come
Hey,
to
guys,
rock your
wow.
asses off.
You know, it was a pleasure sitting here and
I
getting to know
love it.
you, knowing that you're looking for that long career in our professional wrestling business.
Let's hear it. Yep,
Let me tell you, girl, anything in life, you got to go get it.
that's it.
It
Go
don't
get
come to you. Our business has been at the right place at the right time, but knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
I run a wrestling school. I tell guys this all the time. I said, man, if you're standing right here, and it's being at the right place at the right time. If
Yeah.
Vince come out here and asked you, okay, I got a spot for you, but you're gonna have to wear a G-string, what would you say? I say, what color?
Well, yeah. Tell me when, where's the place? I got it. Let's do it.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's it.
Being in our business
That's
and knowing what to do.
Yep.
But I want to tell everybody it's a great pleasure, man. We're going to be on here signing in a little while, and let's do it. Let's do it too.
You heard it here from one of the men, guys. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in to get that signature
Yes.
tonight. And you guys have held dozens of tag team championships over the years. I mean, to have both of you here is absolutely amazing. Let's
Well,
talk
thank you
about
very
that.
much. And I want to, and I'm not going to forget this. I do this all the time. To all our fans that are out there, without you, there would have never been none of us. We always do that. The fans is what put us where we are today.
Yeah.
Especially being on the road, building yourself in this business, you have to stay close to your fan base.
Yeah.
The fans are what made Robert and I.
Yeah.
Even on all the independent shows, you know, not tell them. I mean, come support your local independent show, because you never know. You'd never know what great star that you might see that night on the show that you might see on TV the next week.
Yeah.
You never know. And that's what I support all the indie shows. I support all the, you know, and I know you try to get into business here in that car all the time. But
Yeah.
right place, right time.
Yeah, no, and it's true. As a wrestler myself, these are wise words that I will carry with me, guys. That
Great,
is for
thank you.
damn sure.
Oh, they all can see. There you are. How you doing out there, guys?
We have a huge fan base, 80s wrestling family. They are legit a family. They are so supportive of us, of you guys. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, so tag team wrestling, 80s wrestling, virtual mania. We've had Monday Night Virtual. We keep going, and we are so prone to tag team wrestling. And I will say, I'm not being biased because you're sitting next to me, but you two are absolutely one of the greatest tag teams ever. And my era was the pre-attitude era, okay? I'm young, we know this, we get it, right? We talked before the cameras were rolling. The Hardys, the Dudleys, Edge and Christian. I mean, these tag teams definitely got their influence from you guys, and that is totally a fact.
That's what they say.
That's what they say, but you know what? Being a fan, watching it, studying you guys throughout the years and whatnot, I see it. You know,
Well, you know, I appreciate that very
Yeah.
much. But, you know, you got to understand, see, I'm 65 years old. And I'm still in my damn prime. You hear me?
Yeah.
We still get it on. But, no, that's a great compliment, you putting us in there
Yeah.
with all those great tag teams. But you got to understand, everyone that you mentioned, Robert and I knew when they first broke into business, just like you.
Amazing.
You understand that?
Just like you.
Just like you. Matt and Jeff.
I'm a big Hardy
You know,
fan,
Jeff
so.
Hardy used to wrestle on independent shows, and he'd do 4 matches But all 4 different gimmicks. He was a
Yeah.
some kind of bullshit. Then he had something else, and he'd come out and. But,
The Hardy
look at those guys.
signed us a picture one time and said, "Guys, thanks for paving the way."
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's
And
great.
and
I
speaks
forgot to
volumes.
mention.
WWE
Oh, yeah.
Hall of Fame 2017.
God.
Here we are, guys.
Oh, did you notice that thing?
I knew,
Oh,
and I
God.
noticed you can't miss that. It is an eyesore, guys. These
Okay.
rings here, I did touch one. Actually, I touched both before said programming, and I'm very honored to do so.
You know what? That's cool because in 2006, Robert and I were inducted to the NWA Hall of Fame.
Yep.
In 2017
Yep.
into the WWE Hall of Fame. And this year, we get inducted to the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame out of Wichita Falls, Texas. And that's really cool. And I can't wait to go out and be a part of the ceremonies out there. It's just a cool place. And you got to understand the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame is the one that the boys put you in.
Yeah.
You know, it's all the wrestlers. And what's really funny is, you know, we got inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame and never even wrestled there. So,
You guys paved the way. It just goes to prove
Does that
you
tell you
did.
anything? I mean, we did
Yeah.
a couple of things with WWF, but not even really. We was just there, lost in the shuffle.
That's it.
But
you guys were.
but when
something else.
WWE, that's a hell of a compliment, you
Yeah.
know. So, thanks everybody. Now, make sure you do your pre-orders.
That's
Robert
it.
and I are gonna be there signing.
80swrestlingcon.com. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Let's go,
Good.
guys. Get those orders in. And I have to say, the ultimate baby faces. I mean, when you guys were out there, it was impossible to not get behind you. It was impossible. It wasn't just the colors and the intensity. It was everything from bell to bell. You guys really, really set the bar so high today.
It was tough just trying to get to the dressing room to the ring.
Yeah, you know what,
So
guys?
popular. Everything you guys did was top
You know,
notch.
thank you for reminding us of things like that
Yeah.
because it's sitting here just thinking about. You know, I figured up the other day. I'm sitting down. I'm going through all my books and the years. Do you know? Hey, if that's Vince, tell him I can't make Monday Night Raw.
You heard it here, folks.
Okay, tell him I can't
Can't
make
do
it.
it.
That's all right. Let it ring. You know, he'll call back. But where I was going to, it's going through my book. You know, I had over 10,000 wrestling matches in my life. You know, I've been in, and you stop to think back, and we go back, and I go through some of the old tapes and matches, and even though we see old ones, you know, that's how far back I go, and I was watching some of those, and it's just watch how our business has changed. And I watched how it changed to where Robert and I, we come in as the first time, I guess, ever, they pushed 2 young baby faces in the business, and it changed it forever. The greatest story, I like to tell this story, we got time, is when we first went to Louisiana, and I was saying this earlier because most of the territories were owned by the top guy in the business.
Yeah.
So at that time, Robert and I were going into Louisiana, and Bill Watts is retired, but you got to understand, you're setting your ankles. They have just turned Abdullah the Butcher babyface. Now the reason why is because Bill Watts is retired, but the reason they turned Abdullah babyface was the new heel was coming in to work. Are we off?
So,
Okay.
We are
Did I
still
stop?
live, pal.
Oh,
We're still
okay. I didn't know
alive.
what's going on. But I'm just telling about the
you said Bill
business.
Watts was retarded.
Bill Watts what?
Was retarded.
No, I didn't. I said he was retiring.
No, that's it.
He was retiring, okay. But no, he was retiring. That was just you.
No, that's when I
But-
left.
And,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what
he was retired,
Retiring.
retiring. Okay.
We got rid of the G on that
Robert's
one.
more country than I am. But you see now, he had to bring another heel in to beat Abdullah for Bill Watts to wrestle. And that's the way that worked.
Yeah.
So when they brought 2 young baby faces in like us, we drew a whole different crowd.
Yep. Oof.
That's when the girls started coming. And if
Hey.
you draw girls, you draw guys.
All right. I gotta
right,
say,
now.
if you want to know how to be a good baby face, watch these guys. And
Now,
the
Bill
Ricky
Watts
Morton
is
sell,
retarded.
the Ricky Morton sell, the reach to the crowd. I mean,
Help
people
me.
don't do that.
Help me.
They don't do do it anymore. And it was so good. It was so good. Telling a story. Telling a story.
90% of that time you needed help.
I don't give all my secrets out. Okay?
I love secrets. Let's go.
Huh?
You got a secret?
No, about my business. I don't kiss and tell.
Story time with the Rock and Roll Express, guys. I gotta tell you.
It's back in our business. You know, it's a lot of things that the nowadays they don't even understand what you're even talking about when you go to the ring. You know, all the matches are done in the back. We never even seen the heels till we got in the ring.
No.
Bobby Eaton was one of my best friends. The only time I ever talked to him was in the ring.
Yeah.
It was the only time. It was just how much our business has changed. Because, I mean, if you got caught talking to the heel, you got fired. And another good thing I liked about it, before Dave Meltzer, this is where our business really started. You know, they get the finishes in the back. Everybody called Dave Meltzer, and he'll post the finishes before they even had the damn matches. Yeah. You know, and that's what really killed a lot of stuff in our business. Is started on. Yeah. But in 1985 in Dust City, you didn't get your finish until you got into the ring, and that's a shoot there. Yep. You know, this is how much our business has changed. Learning how to work the business, learning how to call the matches. Yeah. You know, it's not 1, 2, 3, and you damn sure wasn't walking on crackers, scared everything to do.
Just go out there and give it all you got, 100%. Go out there and work your ass off, and the rest will follow.
It's incredible to hear these stories and whatnot from you guys.
You know, I'm sitting here watching it. It's great. We were on the countdown here. Okay.
We are on the countdown.
It's the final countdown.
It is. It is. And guys, again, 80swrestlingcon.com. It is not too late to get those orders in. The Rock and Roll Express will be here from 7 to 10 p.m. Please get those orders in.
We can't wait.
I know. It's going to be a great time.
I'm trying to use one of these pins.
Ryan Marr's taking over, guys. Give me a hand here.
Bye,
Give me a hand here.
It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure, guys.
Yes.
And I will turn it over. Again, 80swrestlingcon.com. Vicious Vicky is out.
All right.
See you, Vicky.
I'll take
Great
that
job, Vicky.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Right.
Ryan, it's all yours, bud.
All righty. How do I follow that? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I don't think you went anywhere, right?
No,
We're still here.
Hey, we can start off with straight vodka.
Yeah, well,
No, I'm just kidding.
no, don't kid. Look, welcome to Monday Night Virtual, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ryan Marr, your host, and of course I'm with two men that are multiple-time NWA World Tag Team Champions, multiple-time Hall of Famers. They're on everyone's Mount Rushmore of tag team wrestling. We'll introduce you again. But this time, she went Robert and Ricky. I'm going to go Ricky and Robert. Okay. So we get equal billing.
Yeah.
Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
This is Vicky mentioned how she was looking forward to this. I think we all were looking forward to this because, it is an autograph signing, but we like it to be entertaining. And when it comes to entertaining, you guys have developed just as much of a reputation outside of the ring all these years later for being fun and being honest and giving your opinions.
Oh, yes. Well, the way I look at it, your opinion is like your ass. Everybody's got one.
There you go. There you
go.
Before we get started, though, the one thing that I did want to mention was a couple weeks ago, our last guest, actually, somebody that you guys are no strangers to, the Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff.
Oh, yes.
Now, what I found fascinating about him is, again, you're talking about how the business has changed, right? So back in that era of kayfabe, this was a guy who had to walk around all the time pretending to be Russian. He had to learn Russian phrases and whatnot. You guys had to deal with the pandemonium of all those screaming women.
God, it was such a hard job.
Well, I mean, it might have been for some of their boyfriends or husbands that wanted to come after you, right? I mean...
No, but when you're in the entertainment business, and been down that road many a times. It's a lot of the one we treated, we was their hero. We were their... But they looked up to. We were their John Cena's. We were them people.
You were really actually their glam metal rock stars because that's what.
And we treated a lot of the fans like that. It wasn't the part that they was mad at us. We had our spots to go to when the show was over. You understand me?
Yeah, but how many times? How many times was it an inconvenience for you though? Because I've read stories about you guys being at an amusement park and they had to shut it down.
Yeah, that was at the Carowinds in Charlotte because it was. We went there. There was the Rock and Roll Express lookalike contest that two kids won, and we're going to take them to the Carowinds. They had to shut the park down because it was so many people.
They put us on a roller coaster, Ricky and his boy, and me and my boy. on that roller coaster, and all of a sudden they come running out there, security, they stopped the
They stopped
ride.
at halfway. Well, they stopped at halfway
Yeah,
the thing.
halfway
We had
down.
to get off and leave the bar.
They said, guys, y'all have got to leave. And me and Rick said, no, we're here with these kids. They said, no, you don't understand. He said, you see the exit and the entrance? Everybody in the park are standing right there.
Yeah,
Y'all have closed down the park.
yeah, but
Y'all got to leave.
but it was good times. You know, it's before
crazy.
things started. Really, social media wasn't a part of that.
no.
Boy, thank God it wasn't. but I'm saying little things like that. You know, we was the first ones. Robert and I, we did a Hardee's when they was first opening up in the Carolinas, and Robert and I went to a town to do a personal appearance at Hardee's. Okay, we couldn't get to the town because there was so many people there. They come and picked us up in a helicopter.
They had the interstate blocked off.
Yeah, they had interstates, everything blocked off. I'm serious. You can't even understand what I'm talking about. They had to pick us up in a helicopter, bring us there. We landed on top of the building, and we didn't sign no autographs. We had to wave at everybody because as far as you could see, the naked eye, I'm serious, was people.
Yeah.
Screaming and hollering.
They said there's like 15,000 more people in that town than the population was.
That's unbelievable. And our 80s Wrestling Con catering manager, Ian Levy, he's like our NWA expert. So he talks about what you guys had endured. I became a fan years later
Have
through
we
the
got
tapes.
some pictures here?
Yeah, we got a ton of
Oh,
pictures. We got a
man.
bunch of stuff. I just want to say to all the fans out there, you go to 80swrestlingcon.com, you place your orders, you get them in, and then these gentlemen will sign the picture, they'll hold it up, they'll give you a shout out. If they have any memories of where you're from, I'm sure they'll tell those stories. So 80swrestlingcon.com, you can also check out the list of all the great upcoming
Hey, and I
signings.
still remember too.
First up, we got Luke Glover from Magnolia, Texas.
And
He
he
wants
just-
just the signatures from
Sure
both of you, so
enough.
I'll go
What's
right
up,
to
fella?
left
How you doing?
in between.
What's up, Luke? I went to Lukenbach, Texas. All right.
Looking at the chat right now, if you guys have any memories you'd like to share, please feel free to do so.
Yeah, especially all you people in the Mid-South areas and the Charlotte areas that understand it.
Oh, absolutely.
How our business was at the time. You know, my son just wrestled in the Bojangles Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina, not long ago. He asked me, did I want to go, and I told him no. And the reason why I told him no is because Robert and I never performed in that arena when it wasn't sold out.
There you go.
And I didn't want to go back and see it.
And see it not sold out.
Yes, you
Yeah.
know, and I'm serious because it's a big arena. We never performed in that building. Every time we wrestled, it was completely sold out. And unbelievable.
Great stuff. Next up, we got Sly Fitzenko in Pekin, Illinois, and he says, well, he wants it in black, to Sly, rock and roll forever. Now, were you
right.
guys yourselves big fans of the 80s rock genre? I know classic rock had existed for a few years, but when you guys first broke in, as the Rock and Roll Express, it was kind of based on like the glam hair metal
Well,
music
it
sensation,
was
right?
the hair bands then. You know what? We had the opportunity to meet a lot of rock stars too. Robert and I, we first met the band Cinderella before they even got famous, and we met them. They was at a bar in Tampa, Florida. It was like a big mansion out away from Tampa, and it was just unbelievable when they were playing there. Cinderella, and that's when we first met them. They were real good. I know Alice Cooper and,
Oh, that's awesome.
and all them
Red Hot
stuff.
Chili Peppers met them before they got big.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, I've always heard that most rock stars want to be wrestlers, and there's a lot of wrestlers that want to be rock stars, so it's a nice little trade-off right there.
It was cool. Rock and roll forever.
If you're watching on WrestleZone.com, hi, how are you? If you're watching on Facebook, feel free to share this link because you might have some Rock and Roll Express fans that are scrolling through Facebook. They don't even know about this. They see Ricky and Robert. They can go to the website. They can get their picture. Go get their personal
Cool.
shout-out.
There you go, Robert.
Alrighty. Next up, we got Aaron Karpenka in the Great White North, Canada. He wants to Aaron. We're gonna
Hey.
keep rolling.
What's up, Aaron?
Any good Canada memories?
You know what? I used to do a sitcom
Gotcha,
there
Mark.
with Lyle Zodi.
Oh, okay.
And it's called Learning the Ropes. You guys might have seen it. I don't know. It was about, he was a professional wrestler, and we filmed it in Toronto, Canada.
Oh, I'm going to have to look that up.
And, oh, yes.
Just when I thought I knew every little piece of wrestling trivia, I get surprised every once in a while. So I'm going to have to definitely check
I like
that
for
out.
you to look it up because the show I did with them was really cool, man. I had a lot of fun.
And you're a charismatic guy, so I'm actually surprised
No,
you didn't get
it was-
into more acting outside of the ring.
Well, Everybody's always acting. Every day of my life. But I'm in the ring every day.
Still rocking and rolling in 2021. That has to be something of a record, too. There's no other tag team, I think, that's remained pretty much...
Well, we're the longest tag team in history of professional wrestling.
Without a doubt. There's no undisputable. There's a lot of disputed things in wrestling. Can't dispute that one.
No.
I don't think that record ever be broken.
I don't think so either. Gina Lawson in Indianapolis, Indiana wants just the signature on that one.
Hello.
Indianapolis.
Gina, how you doing? I was just telling a story earlier about me wrestling Joey Janela in Indianapolis not long ago at the fairgrounds.
Fellow Jersey guy, Joey Janela.
He's a great wrestler, too.
Very talented kid. I remember him when he was young, going to the shows with his parents.
I think I was supposed to sign this. I put to Gina.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, you're having flashbacks to the 80s when they were standing in front of you saying, can you please sign it to Gina?
Here we go.
We could probably have them do another one. He put
Yes,
Gina
give me
on it.
another one. Send both of them to her. I made my mistake. My mistake. Sorry, Gina.
Ronnie sheeted. I'm sorry, that wasn't the comment. The chat's moving very, very fast. But somebody asked how much for a pick. Go to 80swrestlingcon.com. All the prices and information are there, as well as all the future signings.
Here you go. Let me have that one.
We're going to fix that one for Gina. Doug Embler. Could the guys please go over a double shot Saturday and Sunday in the NWA in the mid-'80s, where they would spend the night, eat, drive, and etc.?
What's that, doing double shots?
Yeah, I guess he wants you to kind of walk you through what that weekend is like. Hold that thought for 1 second, because we're going to move on to Denny Myers in Hagerstown, Maryland. But yeah, the double shot experience. 2 shows Saturday, 2 Sunday.
Well, you gotta understand, early that Saturday morning is when we did TBS. So it was 3 times, really.
Oh, okay.
You know, when you come on at 6:05,
Yeah.
It was filmed at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And it sure did. I had one of the greatest opportunities in the world. He wants Rock and Roll Express on here, too.
Yes, sir.
Denny, I'm signing yours right now. But I had one of the greatest pleasure ever to do a angle with Ric Flair. Mm-hmm. And me and Rick was on a roll. You know, we did 17 straight hour time limits.
Unbelievable.
Okay, and that's 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. And we're wrestling that night. Boy, I learned more than anything you ever had. But you're talking about doing 17. No, we did 17 days. We did more than that. 17 days straight hour time limit.
Yeah, so that would be two on Saturday, 2 Sunday. Unbelievable.
Yes, sure did.
Next up, we got Richard Barilla in nearby Bloomfield, New Jersey. He wants
What's
just
up, Richard?
the signature.
Just sign it. I got to remember that.
Ryan Lopez Love, I need to see these guys in an AEW match.
We need to be there in an AEW match.
Kyle James says, wow, WCW Saturday Night is filmed in the
young
morning.
boys can't hang with us.
Every day. Next up, just the signature. He's a regular here with 80s Wrestling Con. Anthony D. Simone wants just the signature plus Rock and Roll Express.
Okay. Hi, Anthony. How you doing, man? I love this picture right here.
That is a great picture.
Yes, it is.
That was the night we won the world titles.
Which reign? Which reign was it? Because there were 4 reigns altogether, right? There you go.
9.
There were 9 with NWA? I thought it was 4 NWA. Oh, okay.
9 times NWA champions.
No, we're 9 times. It was 4
with Crockett
before we left there. Then Jimmy Crockett. I don't know if you know this or not. When they sold NWA to Ted Turner, NWA didn't go with it. Jimmy Crockett kept it. Then Jimmy Crockett went out to Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and you guys know LBJ. What's his name? Him and Ron Simmons was partners.
Ron Simmons.
Butch Reed?
No,
Ron Simmons.
In WWF. Bradshaw.
Oh, Bradshaw. Okay, APA.
Yeah, him and somebody else was the world tag team champions there. And me and Robert come in and beat them there and had a little run. Then we went with Rick House Brown and a couple other people there. I mean, we won them 9 times. This is the ones that the world didn't see.
There you go.
But it was still there. It still counted.
And I'm sure it's out there. You go to YouTube. There's stuff all over the place. Jesse Rocha in Canada. Jesse.
Hi, Jesse.
Matt Stockdale.
What part of Canada is she from, did it say?
It doesn't say on that one, but Jesse, if you're in the chat, feel free to let us know. Matt Stockdale says, I met Ricky at Metro Pro Wrestling in Kansas City.
Cool.
Anthony D. Simone says, hey guys, thank you. He just signed his photo.
I'm going to Kansas City. Yeah.
Next up, we got Ryan Evans. He wants just the signature plus HOF Hall of Fame 2017.
Hello, Ron. How you doing?
Yeah, where do you remember where you were when you got the call about being asked to go into the Hall of Fame in WWE?
At home.
I was at home too, in my living room.
Was it a big surprise though? Were you waiting for the day to come? Because I don't think you can have a wrestling Hall of Fame without you guys being in it.
That's what Vince said.
That's what they told us.
Oh, there you go.
They sure did. And what's really cool, and I got to say this, when they brought Robert and I there, they treated us like we were real Hall of Famers. I mean, it was unbelievable. And it's unbelievable because being fans and not knowing about WWE and being in the back. Dude, it's bigger than any rock band thing. I mean, you cannot even believe what's going on.
The production value, yeah.
And I mean, it's productions, but you guys, the people that wear their tie, they make all that stuff that day. They have sewers in the back. They got doctor's office, chiropractor, and all this stuff travels with them.
Yeah.
When you see somebody come out on TV, they just made their gear that day, and to see all the things that go on back there. But when they brought us in there, they treated us just like we were real W.
The way you deserve to be treated.
And
Nothing but respect.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Well,
Vince, Hunter, and all the boys, all of them did.
Well, you guys paid your dues, so you definitely deserved it. I'm glad you had such a great experience. And like you said, you're still being honored. You're about to go into the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame as well.
Yes, we sure are.
So next up, we have Emil Menard. He's our reigning auction champion, so make sure you stick around because later on we're going to be auctioning off some items that the Rock and Roll Express will sign for you.
He wins them all.
Emil, I mean, this guy's got deep pockets. So, big time, big time. So he wants 2 Emil right there.
Okay. Is that E-M-I-L-E?
Yes, sir. E-M-I-L-E. Tojo Yamamoto Jr. Tell my boys hi.
Tojo.
Thank you.
What's
I know
up,
him.
Joe?
What's up, fella? You still in Paducah, Kentucky?
Are you still in Kentucky, Tojo? Feel free to respond in the chat. Chat is blowing up. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. We're here with the Rock and Roll Express till 10 p.m. Those orders keep coming in. Share the link on your social media pages.
Cool.
Next up, we got Sean McBride. He wants 2 Sean.
Hi, Sean.
You can tell these guys have signed thousands of autographs over the years. They're moving through these very, very rapidly, which is always nice too.
Just a little bit. You a hooter?
Next up, we got Richard Melber. He wants 2 Rich. Hall of Fame
To Rich?
2017.
All right. I did the gimmick, Richard Morton, in the York Foundation.
I remember it well.
And a lot of people that I come to work, they go to buy my tickets and stuff, and they put Richard Morton on, but Ricky Morton's my real name. It's Richard ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And you get to the airport, this is Richard Morton. But
I remember when you guys had the match where Ricky won. I don't know if you ever got your revenge for him hitting you with the laptop over the back, but that was the question I wanted to ask because I couldn't find any information about it. Smoky Mountain Wrestling, unless you got your hands on the tapes in this area, you really didn't get to watch much of it. You guys did wind up reuniting about 1.5 years later in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Knowing how much of a stickler for continuity Jim Cornette is, was it referenced that you guys broke up in WCW, or you just come back as baby faces?
No, okay, you know what? I don't really like talking about my business, but I'm going to because we're here.
Okay.
Because we kayfabe all our lives. No, Robert got injured. Okay, he got injured and he was out for a year. Okay, now I'm stuck in the shuffle. It's WCW. You got people in charge that run a pizza place they brought in because it was corporate. I didn't have a job. Okay, now, so I joined the York Foundation to have a job. And I was teamed up with Terry Taylor. But did you say a while ago when 1.5 years later, no, it wasn't like Robert was out for a year. Robert came back. I wrestled Robert at Capital Combat at the Washington Armory in Washington, D.C. And the next day, me and him started at Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Wow.
Okay, and that's just the same as the way it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we already had plans to go.
There you go.
You know what? And I had more fun wrestling from Smoky Mountain Wrestling than any territory I ever had because they didn't have no nothing on your shoulders. You know, you didn't have somebody breathing down your neck all the time, or somebody that's knocking you in the back because they don't want you to be higher than them in their jobs. They want your job. And I'm serious. That's the way it was.
And Jim Cornette had the utmost respect for you because you guys worked together.
No, dude. We were in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and it was the boys. Jimmy did the thing, but you had say-sos and things that we did and how we did things. And to be a small territory, dude, if you didn't get to the show early to get a ticket or bought it in advance, you didn't get one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we did unbelievable business there.
And the legends never go out of style, so it didn't matter what WCW did; they were right back in action. What's this?
Who we got there?
I'm sorry. This is go next. All right. Next up, we got Robert Mitchell in Erie, Pennsylvania. So
Erie.
What's up, Robert? How you doing, Robert?
Pretty good, man.
I guess that new hearing aid ain't working so well that he was talking about.
No, he's supposed to ask me, what kind is it? I said, well, it's about 3 o'clock.
I'm sure it's not even just in the ring at this point. You guys can answer each other's questions before they're full. You know, the questions asked, you can fill in for each other. I mean, you guys have been on the road every day for all these years, so.
Okay. Well, you want to ask me a question?
No, I'm just saying the chemistry between you two.
What time is it?
There we
Okay.
go. There we go.
Good, got you.
Next up, Tim Canuck in Wallington, New Jersey. He wants the signature and WWE HOF
Cool.
2017. Devin Ashman's asking, are the Midnight Express your favorite opponents? I mean, I know that was probably the most legendary talked about.
Probably the longest rivalry, but we've had a lot of great opponents. We had Four Horsemen.
We made history with the Midnight Express. But in our days, everybody that we worked, the Four Horsemen, the Midnight Express,
Rick Rude, Randy Fernandez.
They were all tremendous workers. See, there's not one better than the other one. They were all, in our day, everybody was great. It wasn't the part about doing this. And if you didn't, and if you wasn't good, you didn't have a job. You got to think, in 1985 and 1986 at NWA, I mean, it broke. I mean, we just changed the face of Dusty Rhodes did. You know, Dusty brought us in there, his booking and all that stuff, and it just changed. But see, you didn't have nobody. Even the guys, the job boys were great.
Yeah.
They were great workers.
Well, everybody had to be
Yes.
because they were running, the A, B, and C shows. You guys were main eventing the B shows, outselling the A shows at times. So you know, everybody had to be great. Think about that now, a company that would be running 3 shows in one night on a weeknight. We're not talking Friday or Saturday.
This would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yes. I mean, we were
7 days a week.
But see, no, we ran 2 shows a night anywhere. You know, especially in Charlotte. You ran Greenville, South Carolina, and you ran Fayetteville every Monday, 2 towns. You know, then every Tuesday you did a TV, you know, the worldwide TV over there. And then on Wednesdays you was in Raleigh, North Carolina, or you was in another town. You know, they ran 2 every night, at least 2 every night.
It's unbelievable the schedule that you guys kept back in those days. Dustin Dubuque in New Jersey. What up, Dustin? This is to Dustin in
All right. Hi, Dustin.
Justin Eileen Housley. The Bruise Brothers were one of their first opponents, I think.
The Bruise Brothers.
Justin, you might have to clarify on that one. The chat
Okay,
is
no. If one of our first opponents, and they're right. The Bruise Brothers. It was Pork Chop Cash and Troy Graham in Memphis.
And that was around 1981-82?
Yes, sure was. This is right. She had them right
And
there.
they were a good team.
Hey, you talking about 2 good workers? Holy crap! You know that was unbelievable.
Scott Von Rock. Did you like Mid-South, James Lachelle? I'm going to go down on a limb assuming you liked everywhere. You're the type of guy you liked everywhere you worked.
I loved everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, yes, I liked Mid-South. That's when Robert and I really
Turned it up.
find out who we were. You know, we took a territory and they put it on our backs and we carried it for them. And we honestly did. We carried the territory. Bill Watts ran there, I think, for 14 years. If you read his book, it's a great compliment. He made more money in the time that Robert and I were there than he made the whole time he owned it. He made more money then than all those years.
Wow.
In those 2 years.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Anthony Crowley in Lynn, Massachusetts.
All right. What's up, Anthony?
Guys, if we could just keep the chat to memories and comments about the Rock and Roll Express. If you want to reply to something somebody said a few comments up, just reply underneath that comment, please, because we have a lot of orders coming in, and it's hard to keep up. I don't want to miss out on any great questions or comments. Share the link if you want. Welcome other people into the chat. They can order a picture
Yeah,
of Wrestling
come on.
Con.
Especially
Keep them coming in. Keep Tommy
wrestling
busy.
fans. They call in me. Hey,
Keep
ask
Tommy
me,
busy.
I'll tell you the truth.
There you go. This man doesn't tell any lies. I could tell that already. Jonathan Jeffries in Marietta, Georgia, but he wants it to Cooper and Connor.
All right. Cool. I'm going to put it down here where you can see it better. To Cooper.
All these pictures are coming in. Now, when you look at some of these photos that are being sent in, obviously here's the Smoky Mountain Wrestling
Yeah.
Tag Team Championship. Can you remember the instance and when these
Yes.
photos were taken? Because it seems like a lot of times you guys you'd be out there for an hour, you come back through the curtain, before you can even catch your breath, boom, camera's in your face.
This picture here was in Shelby, North Carolina. And right before that, I took my boots off after that match and poured water out of my shoes.
That's the night we won.
It was so hot.
Yeah.
Poured water out of my boots.
Night we won the world titles for the first time.
Actually-
But you see now, I want you to look at this, and everybody here listen. That's when they had the TV thing on the wall. And they had, and when we was going, there was like, we were the first match on the TV. But see, nobody in the back knew. Nobody had a clue. This is how good Dusty was and the way I like the business. Well, they got matches below us, but we're going the whole hour on TV.
Baby
The
dolls.
guys
all dressed.
behind us don't even know. They're not even working. They don't even know that.
Well, they think they're going on next.
Yeah, we'll go out there, and it's the same thing. Dusty told me, so what could you do at the end that's spectacular where they got one? And I call it, and I do, I call it the victory roll that was
Ricky's-
heard around the world. Because when I hit that right there, all of our lives changed. Robert and all of our lives changed. You know, if I would have fell off of him or did something else, it would have never been the same.
Yeah.
It was just the right place and the right time. Is that COO?
Yeah, two Coop, COOP. Kyle James says, this is so much better than Monday Night Raw. These guys are awesome to learn from. It's good to learn from the best. And Kyle, like I said, if you were here earlier, you would see these guys, they love sharing their knowledge. I've seen them on indie shows as far back as 20 years ago sharing their knowledge. You know, unfortunately, there's a lot of guys, and some of them were legends and big names. They just go in there, they keep a separate locker room if they can. You guys are always interacting with all the young guys and girls, and it's just really a testament.
That's because we love our business. We want to help anybody we
They
can.
just wanted to say.
Yeah, and another thing, you know, with that, right here.
Oh, yeah, he already did sign it.
I already signed that right here.
We're going to yell at them for that.
Yes, and, but that was great. You know, we're getting back to Shelby. You know, nobody even knew. We didn't even know the finish right before we were going to the ring. Dusty has told me, he said, do something spectacular to Ivor. Nobody. I think me, Robert, did Tommy Young referee that match? Yes. That's it. We're the only ones that knew what we were going to do. The other guys are back there dressed, getting ready to go on their next match. We're
Damn,
on
how long
TV.
them guys gonna go? We got to wrestle.
Yes, they don't even know.
Now, did that get you heat, even though it wasn't your decision? Were those guys jealous of you? Or?
But it popped the territory.
It popped the locker room. Everybody in the locker room went crazy.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Look here, these guys went from making $500 a week to making $2,000 a week. You see what I'm saying?
No, it
Great.
seems like back then there was much more of a camaraderie, and all the guys, because everybody was so great, they did value it as a team.
Okay, now understand this too. At that time, nobody had contracts. You got paid how many asses you put in the seat, and always remember this: the promoter got the first count. Okay, so
cut.
we depended on each other to make a living. You know, when the boys depended. Nowadays, it's not like that. You said something earlier. Nowadays, they got these big contracts. Got to have their own dressing room, and got to have this right here. Well, no wonder our business sucks because they don't know how to. They're not together. They're not together on their shows.
Yeah.
You know, let me book. I'll go in and fire the whole damn crew. Everybody get the fuck out of here.
Well, that's what they need. They need one guy in charge that knows what he's talking about.
And nobody talks back. If you don't like the finish, I can't help you, fella.
See you later. Next up, Mike Hollow in Maryland. He wants just signature plus 10-time SMW champions.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sure is. Cool. That's a great thing to remember, man. And that is the Smoky Mountain belts.
Our friend Dennis Grinnell from South Dakota just joined the chat. Dennis is another one of the regulars.
What's up, Dennis?
Always involved.
I spent some time in Pierce, South Dakota.
Oh, okay. Beautiful.
Sure did. Have you been up there?
I've been to Sturgis, but I've never been to...
I
didn't really get to...
Sturgis.
Hey, the best time to go there is in the wintertime.
Yeah, right.
That's the coldest place. Oh, my God. No. 10 times. Smoky.
The comments, I'm loving seeing all the old school fans. Now, don't get me wrong, they're active each and every week, but this is really just a lot of trips down memory lane from all these guys. They're talking about the scaffold match at Starrcade. Is that one of the matches that gets brought up to you guys the most?
Scaffold?
No, not really. Because after we done it, the Road Warriors and everybody done it, the Skywalkers, and it changed. But Robert and I, Bill Dundee was a booker in when we were in Louisiana, and Bill, he's an Aussie, and he came up with the scaffold match in Memphis, Tennessee. So he had one. But then he brought it to Louisiana where they never seen nothing like this.
Yeah.
And the first one we ever had, dude, this thing, I don't know, I was so scared. I got on top of this thing. You can't even see the ring below you because it's so high. And they only had one little thing with big spikes on it going across it. And it was shaking. I thought it was going to fall. Holy shit, man.
Now, are there moments, like leading up to a match like that, the first time you do it, where for as talented as you are, for as much money as you made and you drew, are you walking out there and going, what the hell am I doing?
Well, yes. Damn right it was, man. And I'm up on top of that damn thing, and Robert's shaking it, and I don't even get on my house. You understand me?
Yeah.
I don't clean leaves out the gutter. Hell with that. But I'm saying he's up there running around on that thing. And it really, because we had them coming up, and I had to sit down and really think with how we're going to have this match to give these people their money's worth by being up there. And then the next one we had is where we're coming into the Midnight Express comes in behind us with belts and start beating us up in the ring, and we take them away from them, then they climb up on top of it because we're hitting them just to put more time into it, because really, if you fell off, you're dead.
Oh, without a doubt.
And I'm serious. You was actually dead. You seen one time where Cornette was holding on to it, and he dropped off, and it tore both of his knees.
I remember the one in Chicago. Me and Dennis were in the corner of the scaffold, and he hit me. I fell up against that rail. They didn't lock it. The rail swung open.
Oh, my God.
And it swung open, and I'm hanging like this. I thought I was gone. And I yanked the rail back so hard, hit my finger, tore my fingernail off. And there was blood, and I had that rod in my hand, and I had Dennis.
And if you watch them back, look, I do.
50,
If look at me, I do a lot of talking up there. I'm serious, I do. Quit, God damn it! Quit! Oh, I am. I'm screaming.
Stop shaking, Robert.
Yes, and Bobby Eaton wanted me to give him a backdrop up there, and I said, I'm not giving you no backdrop.
I sit back and look at it, and Bob Eaton's hanging, and I'm on the side of it hanging off, and I'm kicking on my feet like this. And I'm thinking, now I look back and look at it, I'm thinking, hell, if he was to fall, what if he just grabbed my legs? Hell,
yeah.
I'm gone too.
Yes, sir.
Not even thinking of what I was doing, I was trying to get him loose.
But a testament, though, to your talents and your love for the business, because you just said you look back on it and think that. At the time, you were thinking, how do we give them their money's worth, because we have to come back in a couple of weeks.
There's a lot of things like that.
Yeah, we were just performing.
And working with different people with different gimmicks. Who was the one that used to throw the fire a lot? And, let me tell you, when they threw that ball of fire.
Was it the Sheik?
No, we had somebody in Smoky Mountain, was their gimmick.
Oh, was it Balls Mahoney with the Abuda Singh?
And he'd throw that fire, and that's...
Fire burn.
That shit burns. You understand me? Holy shit.
Yeah.
I've seen
a lot of guys don't
times.
understand that, When,
I've seen my hair many times.
we did some crazy stuff there, and bless New Jack's heart, he just passed away. But New Jack's first start was in Smoky Mountain.
The Gangsters
Wrestling.
against the Rock and Roll Express?
Oh, yes,
yeah.
and that's at the time. Now, guys, I'm not here to talk. I love everybody in the world, but that's right the time that New Jack's idea. They just come in, and that's when Rodney Keene They just beat him up, and New Jack come in and says, "Man, let's Rodney King, Ricky Morton." That's what we did, and holy shit!
In down south, in front of that audience.
Hey.
That was during OJ's time too.
Yeah, well, he actually cut the promo about OJ.
Yeah, OJ, good job. There's two we got less we got to worry about. That's when he said, OJ, good job.
Yeah, but you got to understand at this time, Robert, we're on TV.
It was dangerous.
And I'm not here disrespecting nobody. Please don't think that I am. It was a different time, different era. We was in a different place. You know, New Jack had a Corvette. And I told him, I says, listen to me, bud. You need to go park that Corvette. I said, because it's not going to last you a week here because they're going to cut every tire on it. They're going to bust every window out of it. And then, so the next night they got to his car, but the security got him off of it. I think they broke the antenna. And I'm going down the road and I'm looking. It was the next weekend because we finished up on that night. And I see a van in front of me. It's the ugliest van. It's got like a 13 wheel on this side, the side 16 going down the interstate, and I pull up beside it. It's New Jack driving it.
That's great.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. Got rid of the Corvette, though. Caleb Eater in Cape Charles, Virginia. He wants it to Caleb, WWE HOF.
Cool.
2017. Ryan Martinez in the chat. What's the most days you worked in a row without a break in your career? Now, I read that you actually started to fake injuries just to get a few days off.
When we was world champions, we went 9 months without a day off.
Oh, yes.
And that was
just one day.
And that was wrestling 9 times a week.
Yeah, but that was just one day.
Yeah, we only got one
you know
day.
what I'm saying?
Andrew Basinger says the greatest tag team of all time.
Jim Crockett and Dusty said, if we leave y'all off, the company will lose $25,000.
Wow.
If we leave y'all off.
It really is just mind-numbing to think about it from a human standpoint.
But listen, I mean, it just wasn't because of us, really. And I always go back to this. It was the boys.
Mm-hmm.
We had a great team.
Yes. I mean, from the starting of every show, I mean, we couldn't have been over if the guys didn't put us over. We couldn't have been having great matches if it wasn't such great workers that we were out there in the ring with.
Yeah.
And that's the way I look at it. You know, we sit here and we talk about this, and you say, you guys, you did this, you do that, but we couldn't have did shit without none of them. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? It took everybody to make everything work, and everything had to click the same way because so as soon as we finish with the Midnight Express, we go right in with the Four Horsemen. Mm-hmm. You see, and it's clicking. Everything's right. And here goes the Midnight Express off with the Road Warriors. You see what I'm saying? It's working. It's a time clock. Everything's clicking. And everybody's working together. And see, and what made it so great, when we first come in to beat the Russians for the World Tag Team titles, Dusty knew we was coming in, you know, like 2 months ahead of time. And the Russians beat everybody there. You know, you were on the social media. That's when the Americans had a hard time with Russia at the time. And matter of fact, you know, you say anything you want to about Dusty. I respect it. Dusty and Magnum TA put the Russians over. You see? So when they ran all the videos and me and Robert come in, yes, it popped the territory, but it popped the territory because of all the other stuff that was mixed in with it to go. It just wasn't that match. That match took months to come up with. That, you know, everything in our business, if you make it mean something, that's when.
Yeah, and art imitating life.
Everything clicks. So I'm out here talking, yeah, it's great, pat myself on the back, and I had a great time. But if it wasn't for the other boys in our business and other girls, ladies and everything, Baby Doll was saying earlier, everything clicked and everything meant something. And that's the way our business works. So, I mean, that's for the boys.
His business is good when it's bad, but it's great when it's good.
There you go. Sums it up perfectly. And thank God we still have these guys out there, out and about, and teaching the upcoming generation. And I want to still see that AEW match as well. Okay. Next up, we got Katarina Carr in Missouri. Katarina Carr. She actually wants it to Katarina Carr.
I got you.
Katarina.
You know what? I like that name.
Yeah.
Katarina.
Sounds like a figure skater. I like it too.
Senorita. No, I'm just kidding.
Andrew Basinger has a question. Which tag team was the toughest that you guys took on? So I'm going to assume when he says the toughest, meaning that Maybe the snuggest, maybe the ones where you knew the next day you
How
were
about
in the
Ole Anderson?
And he didn't like anybody, right? From what I
He
understand.
did him like ice cream.
He
He
was tough.
He,
When you get through wrestling him, you felt like you've been hit by a Mack truck.
Well, I will say this, though. For as much as the Four Horsemen were great heels, right? When you watch those old Four Horsemen promos with Arn and Tully and Flair, the fans kind of were like, oh, we kind of like these guys, until you guys got in the mix. That was the first time I remember as a fan seeing the Four Horsemen really be looked at with disgust. It's when they were feuding with you. That's a testament to how great you guys were as babyfaces.
Well, good, but they made us that way too. You know, and see when Ole was. See, now we're old school with the new school now. But see, back then Ole was old school, and Ole thought that we were too little to be in the wrestling business. And I'm gonna tell y'all a great story. What the hell?
Please.
Why not? Robert and I did an angle with them, and we were selling out everywhere we're going. And our thing was we hit the ring and we beat them up, you know. So I'm with Ole, and I mean, bro, it's high, and I done hit Ole 700 times, and he's holding the rope, just swinging his head. And in front of all them people, I just stopped, and I looked at him right in the eye, and I went right to the middle of the ring, and I took a big bump. And he goes, "What the hell did you do that for?" I said, "Well, you wouldn't go down. I thought I would." Hey, and he looked at him. I heard Arn Anderson go, "Holy shit."
Oh.
And then he looked at me and he says, and we right in the ring too. He says, "I don't know whether to whoop your ass or shake your hand." He said, "You got more balls than a Brahma bull." Exactly what he said. And after that, after I did that, Ole took bumps off the top rope for me and everything.
Yeah.
Then he respected me for after that.
That's awesome.
He sure did.
That's a hell of a story, and I've never heard that one before.
Yes.
I love it. Kane Pierce in the UK, United Kingdom. How you doing, Kane?
What's that? To Kane, you put the mayor of Knoxville on
Knox,
here.
Tennessee. There you go, Knox
Hi,
County.
Kane. Nice to meet you.
Oh, that's great. Travis Babcock wants to know your thoughts on your WWE run in 1998. I remember that was part of the NWA invasion with Jim Cornette, if I remember correctly.
You want the truth or bullshit?
Whatever you look. Why start bullshitting now?
Okay.
I mean,
This is the whole deal. What I think about it, Smoky Mountain Wrestling closed down because Jimmy Cornette went to WWE. Jimmy Cornette being who he is, and I love Jimmy, no matter what he says, what he does, or what he don't do. Jimmy got us a job at WWF. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
oh no, he
Okay, he
yeah.
got us a job. That's how much he thought of us. We went to WWF. We got, they paid us good. We didn't have a run there. We didn't really do nothing. We was just lost in the shuffle. But I promise you this, what I thought about our run there was we got paid every week. And that's all that mattered.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go.
And that's the truth.
Yep.
It wasn't about that. It was just about us having a job. And Jimmy Cornette took care of us.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I love the loyalty. And the fact is that Jim Cornette, I mean, look, he's a very outspoken guy, but the fact that he came back to induct you guys
Yes,
in the
sir.
WWE Hall of Fame shows that mutual respect. So
Yes.
that's really awesome.
Jimmy's Jimmy.
I don't think
Nobody's ever going to
I don't
change.
think he would ever came back for doing that.
No, he's gone on record and said that.
Oh, he has?
Yeah, he said, he goes, the only reason I went back was because these guys deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, and I couldn't say no to that.
A lot of people say, Jimmy has his own podcast. He speaks, but that's Jimmy. I mean, I would think less of him if he didn't go out there and talk about your ass every week.
When are we going to get the Rock and Roll
Because that's
Express
what Jimmy
podcast?
does, and a lot of the boys need to understand that. They get mad at him and gonna do this. He's texting. Well, leave him the fuck alone. He is out there trying to make it. I mean, that's just Jimmy Cornette. Boy, you'd never made it in the territory with him. I'm telling you that. And the worst thing you could ever do in your life is to get in a verbal fight with Jimmy Cornette on social media.
You're gonna come up
He's
short.
gonna eat your ass alive, and that's just the way it is.
In social media and in person. And in
Damn
person.
right he will.
That is one guy, and for me it was always Bobby Heenan because I was up here, New York, New Jersey. But Bobby Heenan and
Same
Jim
way.
Cornette, that wit, razor sharp, razor sharp.
I mean, you got to do a job.
There you go.
Okay.
Ian Robinson in Cincinnati,
Who is
Ohio.
this?
Ian Robinson. Oh, it doesn't say what he actually wants on his. Is that just a signature, Tommy?
Just a signature?
No, it doesn't. It just says his name. It doesn't have any instructions on it. It says his name in Cincinnati, Ohio.
What is it again?
Ian Robinson, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Well, you know what? I just signed
Is my phone
Ricky
charged?
Morton, and I put,
Two E and rock. It must fill up to E and
okay.
two
Up
N's.
top.
Yeah.
Rock and roll all night.
Okay, two
Okay.
Ian, rock and roll
100%.
all night. Keep those orders coming in, 80swrestlingcon.com.
67.
We're here with Ricky
Better
Morton,
charge.
Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express.
it
These
still
guys are a
charging?
lot of fun, as you can tell.
Make
We'll
sure
be
it's
here till
charging.
10 p.m. I don't think there's any question that they won't answer. I don't think there's any memory that they
There you
won't
go.
share. So keep those memories coming. Share the link on Facebook. Let people know that we're going to be here with these gentlemen. They can have their picture. This is a nice thing. I mean, one of the silver linings with the pandemic was being able to do this and go directly into the fans' homes, especially on Monday
Pretty
night.
cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they don't like watching Monday Night Raw anymore. So now they get the legends that they love.
Well, that's cool.
That is-
And you know what? And that's just what I was saying earlier. You got to change stuff. Hey, and I'm the man for the job. You hear me? I mean, first of all, you're going to have to go in and start all over again. You're going to have to make your talent understand that you work for this company. We don't work for you. And what we want to do on these storylines that we want to tell, we want them done, but we don't want the whole damn world to know about it before we do it. And that's what the problem is right
If
there.
you don't want to do your job, you know where your bag's at.
Yeah, but but see, it's earlier I was talking to Vicky over here earlier, and I was telling her, you've got to understand our business before you can do it.
Without a doubt.
It's not about you. You're not ever going to get over just for you. You know, it's like me being a baby face. And guys, let me tell you something about me and Robert were 9-time World Tag Team Champions. But I didn't want to be a champion. Do you know why I didn't want to be a champion? Because the people don't pay their money to see me lose. They pay their money to see me win. And I have to chase the heel. You understand me? When I'm the champion, okay, what's the heel's going to be? Just because people don't want to pay to see that. That's why the heels would screw us every time.
And that's the fundamental difference between WWF up here
Yes.
and NWA down there,
Okay.
because NWA
You-
always had the heels.
Yes,
That's how.
you have to chase the heels in order to make money.
You got to have heat on the heels.
Huh?
You got to have heat
Well,
on
I
the heels.
got to have a heel that knows how to get heat and keep their heat without losing herself. Worst thing in the world is grab that damn microphone after your match, kill yourself right off, and they don't have the sense enough to know it. All right?
Well, thank God you have a school and you can still mold the minds
Well.
of these young talents coming up. This one is for Jimmy Jacobs in
I
Delaware.
might not be right about everything, but I'm never wrong.
Just signature and R forever on that one.
Just, oh,
Just
I
in
got
case.
There you go.
Rock and Roll Forever on here? Is that what Rock and Roll
Yes,
Forever?
R forever. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Skip Ames says, I was Ricky for Halloween 3 straight years as a kid. There you go.
Cool.
Gabe Ozzy Fritz says, bring kayfabe back. I don't know. I think the toothpaste is already out of the tube, but they can definitely do better than what they do now with social media and, like you said before, with the Meltzer sheets and all that.
Oh, yes.
You can say what you want sometimes.
I mean, I like Dave,
tell
don't get
people
me
it ain't
wrong,
real. They
but
say,
you
well,
know,
I remember
it
one
killed
time when it was
at that
real.
time, our business was changing, it made it so up and hard, you know. And nowadays, you know, everywhere I walk, somebody comes up to me and listen to me, let me see your hand. I guess they want to give you the wrestler's handshake. They do this right here.
What the hell
So
is
let
that?
me tell you one thing about that. That's not I don't know who ever taught you that or told you that. That's not a wrestler's handshake. That's one of the stupidest damn things I've ever heard in my life. All this right here is about, and let me tell you, sometimes in our business you don't feel good. All right, you be in a ring wrestling. We didn't get to talk to each other. You didn't get to go over things. So when you got in the ring, at the first of the match, you just did. If you don't feel, the guy know.
Okay.
And that's all. That's the only thing that means. You know, it's sometimes a guy grab your arm, kind of, they want to work. They want to have a hard match. That's the way you did things. You didn't know. You didn't know if you was hurt, if you was injured. That was all that's about. So if you guys out there that do this right here, quit.
There you go.
All
Heard it right from the horse's
Jesus
mouth.
Christ, smarten up.
Next up, we got Greg Eaton in Lakeland, Tennessee. To Greg.
Where are they from?
Lakeland, Tennessee.
It's by your house, Rick.
Lakeland, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's up by Memphis.
That's way down yonder.
Travis Babcock, Ricky Morton is one of the greatest baby faces ever in wrestling and sold just as good as anybody ever has. Well, I mean, that's the old wrestler adage that if you're good enough to have something named after you, that means you were a master of it. And that's why Vicky mentioned earlier the Ricky Morton cell.
Thank you.
I think is mentioned in every wrestling school in the United States.
And you know
As it
what?
should be.
And it's good too because I had a lot of the people, a lot of the boys in the business come up to me that Vince McMahon would tell them, go watch some tapes of Ricky Morton stuff.
Wow. Okay.
Isn't that cool?
That is
To have
really
him do
cool.
that, yes, but it's storytelling.
Yeah.
You know, and when you sell like it's. If I could convince the guy on the front row that he's really hurt me, but selling what he did to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I'm really, and I'm selling it. You know, I see this a lot. You guy gives somebody a knee, he'd do a forward row. In real life, if I gave you a knee, well, you do a full row. But no, sell it like he really gave you a knee. Then the people will believe in what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm talking to the guy on the front row here. To me, I'm not talking to him, but I'm trying to make him believe that I hurt now. But listen, I'm trying to make him believe, but the guy I'm wrestling, Arn Henderson, and my nickname's Punky in the business, and that's what everybody calls me in the wrestling world. He goes, "Damn, Punky, you okay? You all right?"
You were
Now,
fooling
okay,
them.
but listen though, what do you think that guy up there in that top balcony's thinking?
Absolutely.
Okay, what do you think that person at home on TV's thinking? Mm-hmm. It's not about me making a comeback or me doing a spot. It's about me telling my story.
So that when that comeback comes, now it is.
Yes, no, when it
powerful.
says story,
Yeah.
it's that story that you feel into your heart, man, and nobody even understands that. I love my business. What do we do? Did I say he was retarded again?
So, no, because here's what's going to happen.
Did I say he was retarded again?
Robert's going to stick around for all the upcoming signings and just take their guy's job. So it's going to work out great. We're in the middle of it. I turn it. It's like, all right, here you go.
Get another stack.
Cool.
No, hey, we love it. Get those orders in. 80s
Oh, man, please.
Pelham Blunt in Richmond, Virginia. He wants 2 Pelham, and rock and roll is
Wow.
king. Yeah, you were talking about the selling, but it's the truth. It's like that Rocky Balboa aspect. The reason that movie is so powerful is because he's still standing after getting his ass kicked.
Yes, you see, that's
So
the
there
whole
you
thing.
go.
And who do you think? Now listen to me. Who do you think put that together? Rocky Balboa and Hulk and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Who do you think put it together? Who did the finishes for it? Who do you think? Terry Funk.
really? For Rocky as well?
Yes,
I
he
didn't-
taught Rocky how to sell.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
he did.
That is awesome. I never heard that before. I know that they had involvement in other films.
Well, no,
but
there's a lot of things you don't know.
I know.
You know, they just, you know, and I ain't trying to be mean. I'm just telling you the truth.
No, I just
There's a lot of stuff
I was
here.
not aware. I'm a huge Rocky fan. I knew that they had worked together on Over the Top. I never knew Terry Funk had anything to do with Rocky. Very interesting.
Well, no, he talked to, Sylvester went and met with him. And he was telling him about our business, and I'm serious.
Yeah.
Terry was, he unbelievable.
Yeah, well, he would be one of the guys to ask.
Well, just like Terry in the movie Roadhouse, he did all the stunts.
Yeah, that's a great movie as well.
I was in Japan wrestling for FMW. Robert wasn't there. I was over there, and Terry come to me, and Terry was a big deal. I'm wrestling at Terry that night, and he tells me, he says, "Ricky, but I'm working for FMW for about a year over there," and he tells me, he says, "Ricky, tonight, let's try something different, because in Japan's a whole different wrestling. Nobody sells nothing. The rings are hard. They ought to just take the ring down and wrestle on the concrete floor. Save some damn money anyway." Jesus Christ. But I'm there, and he said, "Tonight, I want you to sell like we're back in the States."
Okay.
And I'm wrestling Terry. And buddy, I go out there and I'm wrestling Terry, and the Japanese people never seen this before. And I'm bleeding and I'm fighting him, but I'm never dying. See, that's the one thing, I never died. And Terry's a great heel. Keeps you alive. He keeps you alive. And the next thing I know, you have an arena of people hollering, Rickason. You know, that's what
Yeah.
Rickason. And it's going crazy that I'm looking, and all the Japanese boys are out watching this match, and they're flipping out. Okay, and I come back from the match, and the next night they come to me. They says, "Tonight, that's when Hayabusa.
Yes.
Okay,
Hayabusa, yep.
they put me with Hayabusa to sell to give him a hot tag because he's been through. You know, he's went through everything. It was something new.
Yeah.
And I gave him a hot tag, brother. And this place come unglued. And needless to say, I went to Japan 18 times that year.
Wow. That's a big year. Big
Yes.
year indeed. Next up, after they fix that one, 80swrestlingcon.com. Check out all the great upcoming signings we have from now until the end of actually October, because they just added that Gangrel and Boogeyman one for
stupid
Halloween.
me.
So 80swrestlingcon.com. And we're going to keep
I'm sorry.
on rolling here.
No, just tell me to put my name on it. Cool.
Next up, we got Sean Tello in New York. He wants just signature and 9-time NWA Tag Team
Cool,
Champions.
What's up, Sean?
Mark Timmons says, 2 of the greatest to ever lace up the boots. Rock and roll express forever. Indeed, my friend. Don't forget that you could share this link if you're watching on Facebook. There may be some wrestling fans out there that aren't aware of this signing.
Okay. All right.
Those
Hand me that blue pen over there, Robert.
blue pen, I got you.
It's
Right
supposed to
there.
be in blue. Blue pen.
Oh, these are blue.
Oh yeah, all these are blue.
Oh, you know
It's
what?
coming up. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I see that on top now.
I need a blue pen.
I didn't know what the hell that meant right there.
That's paint.
That's all right. We've had guys actually write blue on the thing, so don't worry about it.
Okay. But you know
This is
what?
the blue.
It looks black.
That's happened before.
Special announcement that just came in from the office at 80swrestlingcon.com. Anyone that orders $50 or more tonight on 80swrestlingcon.com for any future signings, you're going to get a free autograph photo of Ken Patera, Stan Hansen, or Nikita Koloff. Your choice. So if you spend more than $50 tonight on 80swrestlingcon.com for any future signings, you're going to get that free
Okay.
autograph.
Who we got here? I'm sorry, I ain't bleached
Hey,
over.
no, you're excited. We like that energy.
Yes.
Here we go. We got Ian McLaurie in New Jersey. Ian,
Is this just sign it?
just signature, and then
Okay.
Hall of Fame 2017
Yes,
underneath.
I got you. Let me put that there. I can write it
Super
here.
dude.
Look here, Rick Morton.
Hey, Faye.
Okay, Riz Roberts is a.
Yeah, there you go. Little carny for everybody.
You see, and a lot of guys don't
Y'all see
even know what
Tommy's
that
got
is.
Y'all see
No
Tommy's new
idea.
haircut?
No idea. What's that? I missed it.
See Tom's new haircut?
It looks very nice.
Whose new haircut?
Tommy.
It's very nice. Once the
Looking
bus-
good, Tom. I know a hell of a lawyer.
Yeah.
Did Robert get drunk and cut it for you?
Once business is good, he can stop using the Floby. Next up is Angie
Robert, here's your
Giuliana.
pen. You got a blue pen?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Angie Giuliana in Piscataway, New Jersey, not too far from here.
Okay.
You know what? They're just like,
Up on bum. What?
guys, if you could be a little more careful with these stickies because they just fly off everywhere and we get confused. I don't know where that one came from, if that was on somebody's.
It might be an old one.
Emil Menard says, I still watch the Ricky Morton versus Brian Pillman matches. Those were some great ones, without a doubt. I remember watching those as a kid.
Cool.
Next up, we got Sissy Hall.
Hi, sissy.
All right, hold on. These
It's
are
got a
getting
long love letter. Oh, no, is that two of them stuck together?
Yeah, they're all getting stuck together. So
Okay,
I'm
that
assuming
could-
that one is for Rich. No, yes, it is. So this one is Sissy Hall in South Carolina to
Okay.
Sissy.
Angie, here you go, sweetheart.
Hi, sissy. What part of Carolina are you from? If you want to call back, let me know.
There you go, Sissy, if you're in the chat. I think it says on the back Merle's Inlet.
Myrtle's
she's
Inlet.
over at the beach.
She's over at Myrtle Beach.
Sure is. That's in South Carolina. She's down in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah,
sure
that's right
is.
down the road.
Hey, nobody likes to go to Myrtle Beach.
Richard Stevens in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Not quite as nice as Myrtle Beach this time of year,
They
but I
got
still
two
love
stickers
Pittsburgh.
on it.
Yeah, well, his name's Richard Stevens, but he wants 2 Rich in blue.
Okay. In blue.
80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. Don't forget, if you spend $50 on any future signings tonight, you can get that free Ken Patera, Nikita Koloff, or Stan Hansen autograph, your choice. All right, we're going to keep cooking with gas here. Moving along, Robert Love in Alameda, California.
What's up, Robert?
To Robert, WWE HOF 2017. It's not too late to order yet, Trey. Go to 80swrestlingcon.com. Keep those comments coming in the chat. Feel free to share the link, spread the word, let everybody know that we're here with the Rock and Roll Express, multiple-time World Tag Team Champions, multiple-time Hall of Famers. There you go. Next up, we got Craig Stoddard in East Haven, Connecticut. Just the signature on that one.
Okay, cool. Is there something stuck on that? Okay. Well, there we go.
That was a WWF.
Yeah, I could definitely tell just by the ropes there on the ring right there. So this is for Jeremiah Johnson in Clinton, Illinois. He wants the signature plus NWA Hall of Fame 2006.
Okay.
I need another one.
Yeah, the blue really pops on that one. Look at that. It's a great photo.
It's no good. I need another one.
Sissy Hall says, thanks, gentlemen. All the best from the Grand Strand. Hashtag
Robert twice.
Cool.
All right.
There we go.
There you go there. That's Matt Finney in Carrollton, Texas. Matt Finney.
All right. We're going to be in Wichita Falls in October.
Big Hall of Fame
Be
induction.
put into the Hall of Fame.
There
Yes.
you go. That's got to be a great thing for you guys, even before the pandemic, when all these wrestling conventions existed, and you were able to catch up with all these guys that you had so many memories with.
Well, it was, but the pandemic, it killed all of us too.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I got to do some virtual signings, which really helped a lot, and
Well, now that things are opening back up, we can get back to shaking hands with fans in person, and you guys get to see all your old friends again.
you daggum right, buddy. You know, we do a lot of Comic-Cons, and gosh, man, but Campbell, did somebody walk in you hadn't seen? It was Mark Henry, the last. I had a good time with Mark.
Oh, yeah, wonderful guy. He's going to be coming up on our Virtual Mania at the end of August, which we're going to be doing from right here as well.
Cool.
So that's what we love. We love having, it's called Monday Night Virtual. We get all the stars from different eras,
Oh,
but
great.
it is 80s Wrestling Con, so you guys will always have a special place in the hearts of all the fans. Next up, we got Jeremy Silowski in Paynesville, Ohio. Blue to Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Rich Stevens says, thank you guys for the autograph. You're the best. Jeff Major says, hi guys, Jeffrey from Edmonton, Canada. Did you guys ever make it out here, or is Nick Bockwinkel the closest coworker of yours to make it to Calgary, Alberta?
No, I never did make it to Calgary. I sure did.
All right.
Was that Stu Hart territory?
Yes, Stampede.
Yeah, you bastard. You bastard. Let me show you wrestling. Yeah.
That's a pretty good impersonation. I feel like a lot of guys have.
Oh, yeah. Come here, you little bastard.
Matt Stevens, these stories are great. Thank you, Robert and Ricky. Thank you, Tommy, for all you do for us fans. Thank you, Ryan and Vicky,
Thank
for
you,
always
guys.
being great hosts. Next up, Dan Vernat in Canada. To Dan, rock and roll is king in blue.
Okay.
80swrestlingcon.com. Check out the list of all the great upcoming signings. We're going to be back in 2 weeks with the Head Shrinkers, Rikishi and Samu. But don't forget, if you order $50 or more tonight at 80swrestlingcon.com for any of the future signings, you'll get a free autograph photo of Ken Patera, Stan Hansen, or Nikita Koloff. Your choice. Keep that chat moving. We got lots to talk about, and we got plenty of time left with the Rock and Roll Express. Next up, we got Palmer Jennings in Florida.
What's up?
Just signature and SMW
Florida,
champions.
my hometown.
Yes, sir. This Pensacola?
No, just
It
Florida.
just said Florida, I believe, on the back. Did it?
It's a
Yeah.
Floridian.
Yeah.
He's claiming the whole state.
Cool. Just my signature. Oh, I got you.
So you want to be a wrestler, huh, kid? Since I was a kid. Started training when I was 10.
Well, now Ricky has his school. Are you involved in training?
I was, yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
What was that now?
Well, because I know you have your school, so I'd ask Robert if he's involved in training any of the up-and-comers.
If anybody's out there, and please, if you go on School of Morton, I have a live YouTube show every Sunday at 5:05 Eastern Time. If you get a chance, check it out. See a lot of great up-and-coming new stars. It's going to be
You must have ESP because Craig Weber just dropped that in the chat. Tell Ricky Morton I love watching School of Morton on Facebook every Sunday at 5:05 p.m. So.
Yeah, look here. I got a big knot on my head from yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh. And one of your students?
Oh, a bunch of them.
Alan Tumbler in New York. Alan Tumbler.
All right. Is this just signature? Right.
Gabe Ozzy Fritz says, what tag team do you regret not facing? Was there a tag team from that era that you wanted to work that you never got the chance to?
Not really. I don't know.
I think you worked with everybody pretty much, right?
Well, you know, at our time,
Yeah.
and that was good. You know what? Robert and I wrestled the British Bulldogs in Kansas City one time, and it was for Japan Wrestling. They were doing a tape there. I never wrestled these guys before. The same thing, we didn't even go over the match or nothing. But the only thing bad about it was we were in Kansas City in the dead winter.
Oh, boy.
It was 3 below outside, and that old building, it was 20 below, had to be. We're in that old building, there's no heat. It's so cold that I'm standing there at the curtain with I had a big old fur coat. I had it on, it went down past my knees with gloves and a hat on until they played the music. And I took it off and went to the ring. And I couldn't get warm. See, in order to go in a match, you got to break that sweat. I could never break a sweat. I remember Davey Boy power slammed me in that match, and I felt like one of them cartoons where they need to come out with a broom and sweep me on the ring. Oh, yeah, it was just unbelievable cold.
Well, it's like the football players that play in the cold weather environments. It's not the same as a warm weather environment.
Yeah,
and I think that...
Well, I mean, it's that, but when it's below zero and you got a shirt on.
And we don't like the cold weather anyway.
What's that?
We don't like the cold weather anyway.
No, we Southern boys. We don't have, no such thing as that.
There you go. Next up, Chris Getson, speaking of cold weather, in Denver, Colorado. Chris
Hey,
Getson.
man, I'll be flying into Denver in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be wrestling for GCW in Wyoming. Lemon, Wyoming. It's not far from Denver, Colorado.
Nice.
It's it'll be 2 weeks on a Saturday. Check it out. Go on GCW and get a chance, Chris. And if you can, come up and watch us at GCW. It'll be a great night. A lot of great performers there.
There you go, Chris. So go to GCW, find out that information. You can see these gentlemen in 2 weeks. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. Check out the list of all the great upcoming signings. Don't forget, if you spend $50 tonight on any of the future signings, you can get yourself an autographed picture for free of either Ken Patera, Stan Hansen, or Nikita Koloff, who we just had here as our last guest. No stranger to these gentlemen. Like you said, the battle with the Russians, NWA in its heyday.
Lord.
Someone's passing SARS over there.
Thank you.
Next up, we got Ron Carley in Pennsylvania.
What's up, Rod?
It's always fun hosting these each and every week, and you see, I mean, the fans are great no matter who is being featured, but you can really tell when the 80s fans are coming out, because I'm seeing a lot of these names that were ordering for Nikita 2 weeks ago. They're ordering for the Rock and Roll
Chris, there you
Express
go,
today.
buddy.
Really was a special era for professional wrestling when you guys were in your prime in the Jim Crockett Promotions
I'm
days.
still in my prime.
That's true, too. You guys keep a schedule.
Yeah. After Robert helps me up out of this seat. No, I'm just kidding.
Colt Campbell, not
What's
to be
up,
confused
Colt?
with Colt Cabana. Colt Campbell in Pennsylvania. Colt Campbell.
All right. To Colt.
We're going to have a live auction coming up
See you, Ron.
a little bit later on. So make sure you guys stick around for that. Emil Menard is still in the chat, so I'm sure he's going to be active with that auction, defending
Hey,
his
Robert.
championship.
Okay.
Colt.
Next up, Doug Harvey. There's no location, but how you doing, Doug?
Hi, Doug.
Ricky's got a dog named Doug.
I'm serious, I do.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. What kind of dog?
Elephant dog. You never seen an elephant dog?
I've never seen an
Well,
elephant.
man, just go to my house. You won't
You won't
find
see
an
an
elephant in 10
elephant
miles. You know, no, I'm just kidding. You know what?
I walked right into that.
I think
I
You
walked
won't,
right
you won't
into
see an
that.
elephant nowhere. But
I think that he's got lab and something else in him. He was a stray dog.
Okay.
And I watched the dog catchers. I have a golf course out behind in the mountains, and I watched dog catchers chase him for 4 days. Wow. They didn't have a chance. But you see, amongst them 4 days, they chased him. He got hungry, and he kept getting closer and closer and closer. And finally, he finally come up, ate out of my hands, and he put his head on me right here, and I rubbed his head. I said, "Okay,
There you
I'm
go.
going to take you in my house and give you a bath, and you'll never have another hungry day in your life."
That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, and those are the
I'll
best
get my
dogs.
phone in a minute and show you pictures of
Oh,
him.
please do. That would be great.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Stevens.
He's a movie star. Everybody knows Doug out there. I post about him all the time.
Now, what was there special meaning for the name Doug for you? Because that's a great name for a dog. It's simple
No,
it's to the point.
he just walked up and he looked like a Doug. Yes, sir. What's up, Doug?
Oh, I love it.
Hey, and I can.
that's the only dog I know. You take him to the lake. You go underwater here, you won't see him. He'd be way down
Yeah,
the
yeah.
wall.
Wow.
He goes underwater and
He swim.
disappears.
He'd dive off in the water, go underwater and swim.
Rick
My
can't
wife
find him.
goes crazy, man. She hates
He
that.
can't find him, so you know what he does? Puts a damn life jacket on the dog so he keeps his head out of the
Oh,
water.
that's
Yes.
awesome.
Oh yes.
How old is he? Oh, you probably don't know exactly. right?
I would say he's probably. I had him. I got him right before we got put into the Hall of Fame.
Wow. Okay.
That's how long I had him, and he had to be a year and a half old.
Oh, that's great.
You know, it was.
I love stories like that. Have you always been a big dog guy? Always had dogs over the years and stuff?
Always had dogs, but none like him. And look, he runs the house, but his house belongs to him now. It ain't.
I love it. I
Oh,
love
he
it.
got his own spot. Did we mess up on something?
No,
No,
What
no,
do
it's
we
just
got
more
here?
stack. Craig Wilbur in Windsor, Vermont. To Craig.
excited.
He wants WWE HOF.
All right, cool. 10 times Smoky Mountain. Yes, buddy, we can do all this. Yeah. E. Fame.
You have the easy job. You just have to sign your name. He has to
Yeah,
write the
yeah,
caption
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That was a smart move.
yeah.
Keith McCabe says one of the greatest tag teams in pro wrestling history. Yeah, I mean, I think they'd have to be in every wrestling fan's top 5 at least. I mean, I know it's a subjective topic, but how could you not have these guys? Forget about the achievements; those are amazing in themselves. The longevity alone. The longevity alone.
And I promise you,
The double drop kick.
if we had and I'm not saying if we had guys that were a little bit more experienced instead of going into some of the independent shows where the guys are not, they're just trying to do more than what they should. I mean, we could go all night.
Yeah.
If I have somebody, there's a guy back there, you might know him, George South, out of North Carolina. Oh, God. I mean, he's old as I am. I can wrestle him for an hour.
Yeah.
I'm serious because he knows.
I think you guys are a great example to a lot of these indie talents because, like I said, you've done the big arenas, thousands upon thousands of people, but I have seen you guys in
Yes.
these gyms in front of 150 people still giving the same effort and still putting on the same show. So,
Hey, would you bring me my phone over there? I was going to show him a picture of Doug.
yeah, I definitely want to get to know Doug a little bit. Right now, we got Bill Dismaris in Warwick, Rhode Island.
All
He's
right.
in black to Bill.
Cool.
I'm going to hand over the phone right here. Jeff Majori says, was Missy Hyatt even as beautiful in person? I can answer that question. Meeting her years back, yes, she was. Yes, she
Hey.
was.
Missy was hotter than a jalapeno.
Definitely.
Burrito. Yes, Missy was beautiful. Missy was good. I just seen her not long ago, and you know what? I told her that too. I said, "Missy, you're still hot as hell."
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't it? It was cool,
No, without a doubt.
I sure was.
So we're going to
You
get
on
to
my
see some.
Facebook. Go ahead,
Well,
man.
I'm going to get to see some photos of Doug. I don't think they're going to come from
Yes,
on
I'm
the
gonna
camera,
let
but
me find a good picture of Doug here. My boy,
Have
Doug.
Doug wear sunglasses.
You know what? Let me go on my pictures so I can find it, because I was going to show you him on Facebook, but let me see if I can find Doug. And my kids, you know, he loves everybody to hear. I want you to read that right there, but don't listen.
Okay. I just read it. I can't repeat it, but I read it.
I gotta find Doug in here. Where you at, Doug?
80swrestlingcon.com. While Ricky's looking for pictures of his rescue dog, Doug, that's taken over his house.
Well, listen.
You can go to 80swrestlingcon.com. Oh, there he is.
Has he taken over the house?
Oh, he's a beautiful dog.
He's in my bed.
Look at that. All wrapped in the blanket?
Yeah, that's Doug.
Now, did you have to do that? Or did
No.
he?
Oh,
He just said, that's my blanket now.
I just come in there, and he was in the bed in there. It was just him.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful dog.
Yes.
I almost said pup, but he's not a pup anymore. Now he's the man of the house.
He loves it. There he is, too. Now, he's still laying down.
Oh, there you
Look,
go.
I got another dog, too, I believe. And she might do it.
she's
There,
gonna pop
look
in.
here. Hey, what's up?
Opposite ends. There you go.
Cool.
And they
All
get
right.
along okay? They get along well? They're friends?
No, the little dog runs the house. It's yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, dog.
All right. What's her name?
Pie Pie.
Pie Pie.
Yes.
I thought maybe it would be like Mary, Doug and Mary.
No, it's Pie Pie.
All right, Pie Pie it is.
Yes.
I think Mr. Gibson stepped out until he comes back.
Okay.
80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. Don't forget
Is it
about all the
really?
great
Let
upcoming
me,
signings.
I'm going to go here.
You're going to step out
charge
as
this
well?
up.
All right, that's cool. So while
And,
they're doing that, I'm going to give you the list of all of the upcoming signings we have. Don't forget, if you spend more than $50 tonight, you're going to get that free autographed Stan Hansen, Nikita Koloff, or Ken Patera photo. We are going to be back here in 2 weeks with the Head Shrinkers, Rikishi and Samu. So that's going to be one great show. And then we're going to be back on June 28th with Val Venus. July 5th, we have Tyrus. Then going into the end of July, we got the Man of 1,000 Holds, Dean Malenko. We're going to be here with The Godfather, August 2nd. Mark Merrow, August 16th. So many great nights coming up. We got the Gimmick Night with the Brooklyn Brawler, Bushwhacker Luke, Men on a Missions, Mo and Oscar. We got Slick in September. We got Barry Windham and J.J. Dillon. And, of course, Honky Tonk Man, September 27th. And the virtual Spooktacular at the end of October with Boogeyman and Gangrel. 80swrestlingcon.com for all upcoming signings. As they're added, they'll be listed right there. But tonight, if they spend more than $50, they get that free Nikita Koloff, Stan Hansen, or Ken Patera photo, their choice.
Oh, cool, man. That's
Tammy
I like being
Emery
here.
says, is there a tag team that you didn't want to work with?
that I didn't want to work with. No, not really. There was a, you stop to think, when the Road Warriors first hit the scene, and everybody, but Joe and Mike were great to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they were great.
Yeah.
And I like to tell a story while we're sitting here.
Please.
Joe.
Now, Joe, Road Warrior Animal, correct?
Yes,
For all the fans out
he
there.
was my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And on September the 21st, he called me last year. It was my 64th birthday. He called to wish me happy birthday. And we talked for a while, and the next day was his anniversary. And I'm ribbing with him on the phone. It might be your anniversary, but nothing's gonna happen. And we're talking back and forth. And this is cool, and this is why I always want to tell the guys something here in a minute. He told me, Ricky, he said, happy birthday. He says, I love you. And I will be with my wife tomorrow. And I told him I love you too. And I always do that. I always tell the boys I love them. And I always hug the boys and everything. Because he told me, he says, I will see you this Saturday in Jackson, Tennessee, which he was going to be there, Jerry Lawler, big show. But Joe died the next night on his anniversary night. And I tell that, and I tell the guys this all the time. I tell them, I says, don't ever leave without telling the boys telling them that you love them, and especially the ones that are your friends, because you never know.
Yeah, and that's wise
And
words
that's happened like 4 times in the last 3 months.
with fellow
With other
friends of
fellows,
yours.
New Jack, Don, bunch of guys, man. just
No, and it's great. It's good advice for everybody, not just with their colleagues that they work with, just for friends and family. Life is too short. And,
well, you know
let
what?
everybody know.
Yes, it is. And she never. You know what? And I always say this. You know, yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery, and that's what we call it today.
Yeah.
So why not do it today?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I just also want to give a special plug. Independent superstars of professional wrestling, 80s Wrestling Cons, Tommy Fierro's Promotions from the 1990s is making its return on Sunday, September 5th. There's going to be a special appearance by Sergeant Slaughter. That's going to be at the Memorial Field in Butler, New Jersey. More information coming soon. Follow at 80s Wrestling on Instagram. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of info coming up with that. We're going to keep on moving now that we have Mr. Gibson returning.
You're back.
Yes.
Adam Poppin, Michigan City, Indiana. He wants in red. So red.
Okay.
To
I need
Adam.
a red shirt.
Oh, sorry, I just covered up. The
That's
red
red.
for
No,
you
that's
as well.
not.
Okay.
That's red and that's red.
Well, it's
there
a
you
paint.
go.
These right here are paint pens. Okay.
all
No,
right.
no, it's cool though.
right.
Just got to make sure. Can I see your?
Do we have a
paper?
non-paint pen that's red, or does it matter? I don't know if there's a preference. Regular
Oh,
red.
they let them dry, so it's good.
All right.
No, we let it dry.
Oh,
like-
okay.
Here we
All
go.
right.
Here we go.
All
I
right.
like the paint pens. I think they right.
No, if he likes them, he can use them. Whatever you guys want to do.
Well, let's see how.
We'll use that one.
Well, we don't have two of them though, do we?
Yeah, he's got one in front of him.
That's all
Yeah,
right.
let's use the paint pen on this. This is beautiful. I need that white piece of paper to make it right.
J.R. Sanchez, we discussed that earlier about the WCW breakup and the reason behind it. So in the next couple of days, 80swrestlingcon.com, go online. You can watch this full signing. And that was covered actually at length, but thank you for bringing that up. Augustus Renee, I really enjoyed your matches with Rick Rude and Manny Fernandez. Any stories of your feud with them? Rick Rude and Manny Fernandez, if there's any stories to
Yes.
say
Hey, we wrestled him a lot.
They were a good
And
team.
we did a lot of shows, guys. We did shows in crazy places, and this is another one. You know, Manny Fernandez was a hell of a worker. He was an underrated worker, and he was fun. You know, and he was fun to work with.
Yeah.
I mean, really, him and Rick Rude both. You know, Rick. You know, he was. You know, that was a process before he went to WWE with being with us, and you know, when doors and different opportunities open up, you go. But we're outside wrestling the show, and it's cold, like real cold, and we do a spot where I give a knee lift, I slap you on the back. You know, in the cold weather.
Oof.
Okay, I slap him on the back, but it's like a 30-second delay.
Yeah.
Just pow, and all of a sudden, wow, he jumped, and we're on a football field, and he's, you know, we're working, but he's after me, he's gonna slap me back, and he's chasing me all over the football field. I mean, we're running all up the bleachers and everywhere. He's coming to get me. But that's just one time. I've been with Manny. I knew Manny all the way back in Southwest Championship Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
You know, I have a lot of stories.
A lot of stories there.
Okay, so this is here's to Adam, and it went on something. Hey, there's a picture.
We just last one.
Okay.
That red here looks good. The regular marker.
We go with the show.
All right, next up we got Jumpin' Jay. It's 2J, and he
Hey,
wants
Jay.
10-time SMW Tag Team Champion.
What
Someone
color?
else said
What
9
color?
earlier.
Red?
That's red. They're
Yes.
saying 10, but it was 10 times.
So
Smoky Mountain.
this is Smoky Mountain.
Yeah, no, I know. So it was
No,
9
it was
times.
9-time
Nine-time work.
NWA.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay,
Now I
9-time
stand
NWA.
corrected.
He said 4.
I did, because you know what? I forgot about.
You missed 5 of them.
I missed 5 of them. I know. I forgot about when they went Turner, and that was
Yeah.
It's a lot to keep track of. A lot of accolades for all you guys. Jeff Major wants to know Jack Daniels or Southern Comfort.
Southern Comfort.
There you go.
I'm from Tennessee, and I,
I think
don't
we've
like
done both.
You know, I'm not a bourbon drinker, man. I'm just, hey, I tell you, I was with Vince McMahon this is when Vince used to come down and be with the guys, and everybody's buying shots.
And he used to like to indulge from time to time, I've heard.
Yes, he did. I mean, no, he was there with us, and
Yeah.
it was cool. That was back before, you know, somebody bought around a Jack Daniels, and he drank that, and he went, God, what was that shit? That's the nastiest shit I ever drank in my life.
That's awesome.
Sure did, but yes. But I can understand it.
Here you go, Jay.
You know, you get over a corporate company like that, and it's everybody wants to be your friend. Everybody wants to do that, and it's it gets on your fucking nerve. Oh, excuse me, gets on your nerves sometimes.
Let it fly. Can't
And
offend
I can
anybody.
understand it. You know.
Yeah, it's very lonely at the top, isn't that the?
Yeah, so because you never know who's loyal and who's not loyal.
Yeah.
And the ones that are loyal are the ones that's knocking everybody else in the business. And,
Without a doubt.
you know.
When I find out who's in charge, Ricky's in trouble.
Yeah, I did that. I worked for WCW, and I never knew who the boss was. Bobby Eaton told me one time he did something. Bobby Eaton called me a stooge. That's what he did. We were messing around. He called me a stooge, and I told him, I said, just for that, Bobby. Whenever I find out who is in charge, I'm going to tell on your ass. Yes. Whenever I find out.
That obviously wasn't during the Jim Herd days because everybody knew when Jim Herd was in charge.
Well,
right?
it was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Jim Herd.
Bob Landerin in Las Vegas. Well, I'm glad
They bring this guy in to run this big business. And his big idea is to put a new tag team. Oh, what's another tag team we forgot about? Remember? The Ding Dongs.
The Ding Dongs. They had
from
hunchbacks.
Bellsville.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah, you couldn't pin them, right?
Is he
their
still
shoulders-
alive?
Jim Herd, I believe so. No, he's not Jim Herd. Somebody look that up.
He's not alive?
Well, I mean, he never worked in wrestling ever again. I know that, but I do remember a few years ago somebody had him on a podcast, and you could tell that he still really didn't know much about wrestling. You know, whenever you hear somebody get universally bashed like that, and you don't know them, you try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Then they go out there, open their mouths, and you're like, oh no, everyone was right.
Everybody's right.
He is still alive. 82 years old, still alive,
Still alive?
still making pizza. Anybody know?
No, he got all that money that he made from WCW.
There you
You
go.
know, he was on the corporate rep. He probably paid him $300,000 or $400,000
Oh,
a year.
easily, yeah, working for Turner.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, and in the 90s, no less.
Yes.
Tony Aragon said that he had done a shoot interview with Conrad. I'm assuming you mean Conrad Thompson, so that would make
Yes.
sense.
That I did one?
No, I think he's talking about Jim Herd had done one with Conrad. That would be a great debate if anyone wants to book that. Jim Herd, Ricky Morton, the Great Debate podcast. That would be...
No, we didn't have a great debate. You know, one time they called me to the... You know, I'm at the show, and they said, Jim Herd wants to talk to you. I went, oh, shit, I might have did it. Man, he might give me a butt. And I go into his office, and and he looks at me, and he goes, I want to know how come you did the Frankensteiner. And I looked at him, I says, what are you talking about? You did the Frankensteiner. I says, no, I did a front head scissors and I invented it.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
And he, what's that? And he said, that's the Frankensteiner. I says, I don't do the Frankensteiner. I do a front head scissors. And I invented it.
There you go.
And I walked out. Needless to say,
Well, that's the thing. You got to
didn't
stand
call
up
me
for
back in the
yourself.
office,
You got to stand up for yourself. Terry Mathis in Connecticut. Terry Mathis.
all right.
Kyle James says, LOL the Ding Dongs. Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. There was a tag team. They had hunchbacks, and the thing was is that you were never able to pin them, supposedly. So I don't know what would have happened if they actually ever won the
Who
titles.
played that part?
That I don't remember. I was very, very young when that happened. Do you remember who they
I
were?
wasn't there.
He also wanted Ric Flair to shave his head, I believe. And yeah, there was all kinds of crazy Jim Herd stories.
I talked Rick. I just talked to him. We was talking not long ago, and he told me, he says, I wished I would have never cut my hair for the corporate company.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like that was like his way of like compromising. Oh, I won't shave my head, but I'll cut my hair short.
Well, yeah, but he cut his hair, and it's not me. You know, I have the mullet. I seen a big thing on Facebook today where the mullet's coming back.
There you go.
I swear I did.
No,
I
it
seen
is.
that on there, but I always had hair like this, and besides that, I told my wife, I says, I'm gonna think I want to cut my hair. She says, I think you're not.
Oh, okay.
I says, yeah, but I had this mullet for years. She said, you're going to keep it for years. That was it. That was all. No, I saw. All right. Who do we have here?
Cliff Smalling, I know the answer to that question. He goes, did you guys ever face the Midnight Rockers? Yes, you did face them
we
in
did.
AWA, right? And then I believe one of you, I don't know if it was Ricky or Robert, one of you teamed with them for a little bit in Japan, Marty Jannetty. Who was it that
No,
teamed
that
with
was
them?
Robert.
That was you, okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Next up, Ryan Cannon in New York.
But you know what, though? That was cool. You know, look, you know.
Marty's crazy.
Oh, Marty's a lot of fun.
Marty's crazy.
I've hung out with Marty.
I wake up every morning from Japan and I open my door and beer cans will fall in my room.
What was that, Tommy? Oh,
Beer cans will fall in my room every morning.
I don't know. I thought I had heard something. But beer cans every morning?
Yeah.
There you go.
He's stacking up my door.
Ugh. Fun.
But
80swrestlingcon.com.
But you know what,
In.
Sean, you know, not Sean, but Marty, he's underrated too.
Oh, hell of a worker. Hell of a
Damn right he was. But you know, you got to watch what you do though in this business. I mean, sometimes enough is enough, and
Sometimes you
you
go
know,
overboard.
I can't throw the first stone to nobody. Listen to me, brother. It's been a couple of years. I didn't go to bed, but you know, I always took care of business, and I never did it around people, and I did my job, and I worked hard.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not going to sit here and deem anybody for anything, but it comes a time that you got to take care of you got to put yourself before anything else.
Absolutely, 100%.
And I did, but you know, I quit smoking. You know, I smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day.
Wow, where'd you find the time? That's a lot of cigarettes.
I did. Well, you know, I
You
mean,
smoking on the way to the ring?
and I'm talking, and I'm not trying to, you know, you take a snort of cocaine and you like this, and, you know, and I'm just telling you the truth. And I smoked, and I quit all that stuff. That's one of the greatest things I ever did in my life, and that was a long time ago, though. And my son come to me, and he asked me, he says, how come you smoke them cigarettes for? And it's like something clicked in my head, because I tried to quit. You know, anybody that tells you I'm going to quit smoking next week, well, they're not going to.
Yeah. No.
You know, but when he said that, it just clicked in my head. And I flicked that cigarette, and I never even wanted one. And 2 days later, I couldn't stand to be around somebody smoking one.
Wow, that quick it turned over.
That quick, because it did something to me that in my brain.
Yeah.
And I didn't, you know.
Well, I'm not a fan of cocaine. I just like the way it smells. Anyway, next up we got Tom Twist in Wallington, New Jersey. He wants just the signature and WWE HOF.
You know, I used to drink a lot. You
No,
know?
I'm kidding. Nobody here does that. But the reality of it is that, you know, this was a different time. It was the 1980s, and they were rock stars. So these things happen.
Did you want to walk that line or no? I'd rather smoke.
Dude, I mean,
That's another good one. Now the comedy clubs are reopening and I'm starting to work again. I'm going to have to hang out with these guys and start writing down these one-liners because I like them. Actually, I got to share one funny one-liner, though, that Ricky had when I met him 19 years ago, right? So I'm managing these guys in an indie show. We're working against you guys, and I'm very nervous because I'm like, I never met these guys. They're legends. And somebody in the locker room is having a conversation, and they actually brought up Cyndi Lauper, but they didn't know. So they were like, who was that was with Wendy Richter at WrestleMania? So I turned and I went, Cyndi Lauper. Out of nowhere, Ricky says, Cyndi Lauper. I could have slept with her, you know. And I said, really? He goes, yeah. Had a hard on, couldn't find her. And I was like, all right. I was like, you know what?
Something about Nia Jax.
what?
Something about Nia Jax, too.
So it's one of those recycled lines. I like that. It's a classic. You gotta look. That's a true worker. You know the lines that work. It's like, oh, good times. But what a way to break the ice. Because again, as a young kid going in, you're working with these legends, and then you hear something like that, and you go, oh, this guy's cool as shit. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah, oh, yes. You know, and dude, I've been around the block more than one time.
Yeah. No, I hear you. This is for the old school 80s on Twitter. It's old school Tim. And so many great 80s things
you know
on
what?
Instagram.
I got to find out
Twitter.
where to write it at. Right here.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Don't
Well,
forget.
see, I put my name over there.
So don't forget at 80s Wrestling on Instagram. Follow at the Wrestling Collector Superstore. It's all one family. We also have at Totally Awesome 80s, which is run by our catering manager, Ian Levy. So many great 80s nostalgia on Instagram, social media. If you want to give me a follow, at Ryan Mar Comedy, Ryan, M-A-H-E-R Comedy. And of course, the Rock and Roll Express, they're on social media as well. You want to give your social media a quick plug?
Oh, cool. And who is this? This is Red too.
Yeah,
Hey guys, how you doing? Yes, guys, you could find me on Facebook under Ricky Morton, School of Morton too. I have another one. I'm on Twitter, Real Ricky Morton.
Red.
I have a live YouTube show that comes on live from my school every Sunday at 5:05.
That's awesome.
If you get a chance, catch it out. It's an hour show, man, and we have some of the greatest fun and it's one of the greatest places to be. And I'm telling you, this when the guys come together, we do a lot more than just wrestle there. You know, we have kids there. We have productions. So we have all this stuff and announce it, and it's.
Well,
God,
that's all aspects of the business. There
yes,
you go.
and it's all there. It sure is.
There you go.
We have a great time.
Next up, we got Craig Cole in Ocala, Florida.
Craig Cole, that sounds like a rock star, man.
Yes, definitely.
What's up, Craig Cole? The Craig Cole Band.
Kyle Joke
Okay.
says, follow Ryan on Instagram. He is funny. His joke on New Jack at the Terry Funk dinner, hilarious. Yes, thank you, Kyle. That was the Terry Funk roast through the guys at Kayfabe Commentaries.
What happened?
I don't remember exactly the joke that he's talking about, but I did a bunch of roasts for the Kayfabe Commentaries guys. So we had Iron Sheik, Terry Funk, and then the last year was Jim Cornette. And in my opinion, the Jim Cornette one was the best one because Jim Cornette actually understood what a comedy roast was. So he understood what a comedy roast was. Like,
Yeah,
he got
okay.
it. Whereas and no disrespect to Terry Funk, but nobody wanted to make fun of Terry Funk because they respected him too much.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
And Iron Sheik, everyone made fun of Iron Sheik, and he didn't even realize, I don't think. But it all worked out. So thank you for bringing that up, Kyle.
That's like the same. Well, Robert come to my house. We was talking about my dog, Doug.
Yeah.
And Doug was sitting over on the floor, and he reached over and started licking his moles. And Robert goes, "I wish I could do that." And I said, "Well, that dog will
Dog
bite
bite
the
the hell
piss
out
out
of
of you."
Yeah, they didn't.
What the hell?
Hey, I thought it was funny.
Yes.
So,
All right, good.
Tony Aragon in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Hey, Tony. Wow, man. I did a couple of shows in New Mexico. But this is one thing I like, which I am going to be coming up. We just talked about that, Wildy. That's the last state that I hadn't wrestled in.
Okay.
It's one of my bucket list matches. So
Also, that'll be all 50 states then. once
be
you do
all
that.
50 states.
Great.
But Robert and I actually, and it's, you sit and think about it. There's some countries that we hadn't been in, but we actually been around the world. I know several times.
Yeah.
I mean, places that some countries I couldn't even pronounce.
Yeah.
And I still can't pronounce.
Ah.
I don't even know. Okay, but I enjoyed it. But it's my bucket list. I got all 50 states in my life.
That's awesome.
Tony, I said that when I'm talking to you, and I put all 50. No, I didn't.
I'm actually going to take a step. If Vicky could fill in for a few seconds, I'm going to just step out really quick, and then that new stack will be coming over from Ian Levy in just a bit. So I'm going to be back in a minute, gentlemen. Vicky
right, buddy.
is going to take over for just a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on,
The
sweetheart.
woman of the hour with the men of the hour. Here we go. Well, the
Thank
3
you.
hours, not the hour. 3 hours.
How you
but
doing?
I'm good. How are you? You guys are making me laugh over there. I almost choked on my drink.
Okay.
Jeez.
Wow.
Well, let's keep it going real quick, and we'll keep talking because I'm very.
This red.
very
This is this Phil.
This is to Phil from Madison, PA.
What's up, Phil?
Madison,
Tony.
PA.
Yes, I'm on.
Never been
I
to
do a
Madison,
lot,
PA. I've been to
but-
Philadelphia, PA. I actually lived in Philly. I regret it.
You live in Philly?
For like 3 years. I'm a Jersey girl through and through.
Okay.
You know, can't take it out of
Don't
me.
mess with her, bro.
I'm an Italian-American Jersey girl, so what do you know? You got your hands full of me,
Right.
see? Yeah, he knows. You guys can't see what's happening behind the camera, but I just
You
got
know
an applause
It's
for that.
it's like Enzo and Joey
Yeah.
Janela
Yeah.
always barking
Yep.
at each other. And,
Joey
and I-
Janela's from where I'm living
Yeah,
right
and
now.
I asked him, I says,
Yep.
is that Phil? Okay, there we
Yeah,
go.
you did it right.
Okay,
Don't
and
second
he, and I asked Joey, I said, how come you always barking at each other? He goes, man, that's a Jersey and New York thing. And that's it. And I was asked, I said, yeah, but y'all, he said, no, man. It's just a Jersey, New York
It's a
thing.
Jersey.
You know?
We're rugged, we're relentless, but we're good people.
Oh, yeah, but they bark
Just
at
don't
each
cross
other
us.
all the time.
It's the Italian. It's the Italian in me. I can't help myself.
Cool.
There we go.
All right.
One more. Don't
See, it gets stuck up on the
don't lose that now.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
This one is the same, red. This is to Nick Benkovich. Excuse me if I butchered that. In Cumming, Georgia.
All right.
Cumming, Georgia.
This to
To Courtney.
Yeah,
Courtney. Okay.
So, are we enjoying our virtual signing today?
Sure.
You guys are spitting out a lot of facts, a lot of.
Well, I'm here. We're on a different road now. See, we have to change the way we talk right now and the way I'm acting. And, I can't stick my finger in my nose. Hey, I can't.
Sure, you can. Hey, do it when Ryan's here. Don't do it on me, all right?
Yeah, you guys are. Nobody, and you sit here at the table, nobody's telling nobody, but they're looking at each other like,
It's a smelly
look
situation.
at it. Yeah, party.
The smelly, sticky, messy situation, guys. We are here with the Rock and Roll Express, guys.
Yeah.
Keep
Please
rocking,
get those orders in, AsWrestlingCon.com. Woo. This is to Chris Burson in Linden, Texas.
Oh, wow. Linden, Texas. Man, I wish I had my atlas here. I could look up places. I used to live in San Antonio.
Oh, I just visited Austin recently, and I have to say, I want to move there.
Oh, really? That's where Chase
I
Owens.
love Austin, Texas.
Chase Owens moved
Yeah.
there. Chase, he's with the Bullet Club in Japan.
Okay. Austin was
And
beautiful.
He come from my wrestling school, and he moved to Austin, Texas. He sure did. He said he loves it there.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful. Weather's great. Here we got all the seasons changing. Sometimes I get sick of it,
Yes,
sometimes I don't.
Hey, Rick. That next one, Rick Silver.
All right, I'm going to do one more. Pass it back over. This one is to Joel.
Okay.
Joel Stevens in Covina, California.
Covina.
Again, I don't know.
Oh, it is
A lot of things.
Covina.
So-
Right, Joel.
While you're doing that, I'm going to get up and pass it back over to the lovely Ryan Marr.
All right.
Oh, you leaving us already?
I am leaving you already. I
Do I need
am.
a-
I am.
Yeah, you only get her for a few minutes at a time.
Hey.
I guess I'm good for a few seconds.
Hey now!
You did good this time.
Hey now.
My
Keep your
wife
clothes
told
on.
me that.
Your wife told you that?
Yeah, my wife told me, said, Ricky, you're the
Thank you,
greatest I ever had for 30 seconds.
There you go.
I said, thank you.
Oh, one side. All right. This is here we go. Catering manager and AV man. He does it all. He and Levy.
Cool.
The pizza was excellent today. It was,
Make up, all right.
I told him, I said, could you make it a little extra doughy? I'm sorry. He made the request happen.
Good.
And there you go.
What's up, Jay?
All right, so this is actually to Jumpin' Jay. He's the host or co-host, along with Tommy Fierro, of the 80s Wrestling Podcast. And that makes me have to ask you, Mr. Morton, why is there not the Ricky Morton Podcast? I feel that you would be
Oh,
just...
I had one for a long time. I did a bunch. What I've done, just go on the podcasts. It's School of Morton podcast.
Okay.
Me and Scotty Campbell, which is we quit doing it for a while because he's on the Tennessee State House of Representatives.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and he won that. And that's what he's doing. He's staying in Nashville a lot. So, but me, what I did, everybody. I did King Kong Bundy right before he
God
died.
rest his soul.
On
Yeah.
there.
I loved
I
Chris.
did Killer Tim Brooks
Okay.
before he died. And I had a lot of them. I had Flair, everybody on there. So
He's
you
still
guys,
alive.
Yes,
he's
Ricky
still alive.
Steamboat. So you guys get a chance. You can still go on there and listen to them all. I quit doing it right before the pandemic, but I have a bunch of them. It's great.
We're going to have a bunch of auction items coming up in just a little bit. You're going to love some of the stuff. Some of it's behind me. I'm going to break it out in just a little bit. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And there's magazines. We have boots that have already been signed by the Powers of Pain. Now they're going to be signed by the Rock and Roll Express. We got the Crockett Cup VHS, which has already been signed by Nikita Koloff. So there's going to be so much cool stuff up for grabs in that auction.
Cool.
Right now, you can still get those orders in for the 8x10s, 80swrestlingcon.com. Don't forget, if you spend $50 tonight on any future signings, you have your choice of that autographed Ken Patera, Nikita Koloff, or Stan Hansen photo for free.
My phone up over there.
So next up, we got
Completely dead.
Sean Lewis in Wichita, Kansas. Wichita.
All right. What's happening, Sean? Let me see if it's let's see.
Travis Babcock says, are you going to bring the podcast back at some point? Maybe now you're going to need a new co-host?
Who's that now?
Travis Babcock. He heard about your podcast, The School of Morton, and he wants to know if you're bringing it back anytime soon.
Oh, yeah, so me and Scotty are going to do it back.
Oh, he's going to do it? Okay.
Yes, he's just, he had to go to Nashville and take care of some business.
There you go.
And he'll be back there with me. Scotty's real cool, man. He's my buddy.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. And it's good to have friends in high places as well.
Sure is.
Jeff Major wants to know, what was Abdullah the Butcher like? I feel like he's one of those guys, he's got that mythological thing about him because we see the wild man in the ring, but I'm assuming he's asking about Abdullah the Butcher outside the ring. What's he like?
I never really wrestled him a bunch of times. And as a performer, he was unbelievable, ungodly. But Abby, I treat people the way they treat me. He was always nice to me. He was a good guy. Other than that, I can't tell you. He never invited me over for supper or nothing. But we was always on the road.
There you go.
And at our time, it's just what I'm trying to say. The baby faces and the heels did not talk and connect with each other. We didn't do that.
Yeah.
The only time you seen him was in the ring. And I'm very serious about that.
Yeah, even back at the hotel, you couldn't be caught together in the hotel bars or anything like that.
Well, you didn't stay at the same hotel.
You'd been fired.
The Hills, they had two different hotels. And they're on the other side of town, too, not just the one down the road.
Yeah.
You go to a restaurant, they're eating, you got to go somewhere else.
Yes, you got to go somewhere else.
Joe Kovach Jr. Did Ricky like being Richard Morton, the New York Foundation? We talked about that earlier. Go to the website, 80swrestlingcon.com. The next few days, you can hear all about that. Somebody else just pointed out, I'm going to try to find him so I can give him credit, Travis Hall. He's talking about how you guys look really good. Yeah, you're two of the greats. Now, that's the question that I wanted to ask you, because you had said that you're now 64 years old. I didn't ask you how old you
62.
62. So forget about the fact that 64 and 62, just in general. How have you guys been able to keep yourselves in the shape that you're in to be able to get in the ring and still do the stuff that you're doing? And I'm not saying this because they're sitting here. If you watch a Rock and Roll Express match in 2021 or whatever, it looks like it's in the 1980s. How do you do that? Is there a workout regimen involved? Is there
sex, drugs, and the Rock and Roll Express. Yes, I know. You know what, man?
Give all the things to the man upstairs.
There you go.
It's hard sometimes. Mm-hmm. I'm not a bodybuilder, but I go to the gym every day.
There you go.
Every day. I do a lot of running, but that's, but I look forward to doing that. Look at me. Look here, man. That's where my hands have been broke, my arms have been broke, my shoulders. It took a lot to get to where we're at. But I'm just here. I'm 65 years old, and I remember hearing my heart, I'm 18.
There you go. I think the mindset has a lot to do with it. It's 90% mental.
I forget. Yes. You know what? And I'm serious. Sometimes I forget that I'm an old man, because I be some places and it's all young people, and I'm think I'm one of them. Then I go to the bathroom and look in the mirror and go, "Damn, who's that old bastard?"
There you go. Paul
it's cool how my mullet looks. I say, who's that old woman?
Well,
right.
Well, now that the mullets are coming back, you'll fit right in with the young people.
Oh,
again.
yes.
Anyway. Paul Hirsch, nearby Bloomfield, New Jersey. How you doing, Paul?
Hey, what's up, Paul? Wow.
I have a feeling I know the answer to this one as well, but Travis Babcock wants to know, how much longer do you guys see yourselves wrestling? Do you have a plan, and this year I'm going to end? No. There you go.
You know what?
Me and Ricky, we love to see the kids' faces out there light up. That's why I still do it.
Well, you know what? It's something that we did all our life, and understand me, it's going to come a time. But and if you say you will, then somebody else will call. I say, I want you to do this show, and what are you going to say? No, because it's in your blood. I tell a lot of you, once you get it in your blood, man, it's the worst addiction in the world.
It really is.
Entertainment business. It's, and a lot of the entertainers I met, rock stars and stuff, it's the same thing, man. When you go out to perform, it's a whole different world. It's a whole different feeling.
Yeah.
And it's, when I'm in there, I like doing that. Just watching the people, how you could, especially on an independent show, and you a lot of time now when I go to work for them, I say, listen, I go on before intermission, because if you don't, you're on 18th.
Yeah.
You know, the show started at 6 and it's 1:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
and nobody gives a shit about the show anymore. But to go out there and still, with the younger generation is watching, and the next thing you know, we got these people standing on their feet, hollering "rock and roll" and "rock and roll," and I mean, so loud, and we hadn't even locked up. You hear me?
Yeah, no, I'm listening. I'm paying attention. We got a lot going
And
on.
we hadn't even locked up yet.
That's awesome.
You know, and to teach these guys, you know, you don't. I was telling you earlier, you don't got to shoot a guy with a cannon.
Yeah.
And he kicks out on one to get the people going. You know,
Storytelling. Let them
chops. You know, you see that?
Yeah.
I mean, you see so many chops in a wrestling match because the only way they get the people to go, Ric Flair, woo.
Yep.
You know, and then after 2,000 times in every match,
Doesn't mean anything anymore.
it don't mean nothing.
Exactly.
And you know, and guy asked me the other night, he said, "Will you watch my match tonight?" I said, "Sure, man. I go out and watch this match." But they just say I watch everything. And I watched this match. He said, "What'd you think?" I said, "Did you watch the match before you?" He goes, "Oh no, I was going over my match." I said, "Yeah, but you did the same match the guy before you did.
Yeah.
Y'all did the same shit." You know, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they don't look
And-
at it as a production. It's
Well,
get my
it's,
stuff
and I
in.
guess that's what they seen on TV Monday night.
Yeah. No, it's exactly. Fernando Bori.
What's up, Fernando?
Fernando. Amanda West says, I once saw Robert at an indie show in my little hometown. I was a teenager. I had been watching the Rock and Roll Express on TV for years. I was starstruck and found myself too scared to speak to him.
Oh, good. Well, hello there, champ.
There you go, Amanda. So,
Who was that, Amanda?
Amanda West, she was
Wilson
starstruck.
said, "Amanda, you light up my life." Okay. She would have made a good wrestler's wife. wouldn't
There you go. 80swrestlingcon.com. Keep those orders coming
All right,
in. Feel
cool.
free to share the link.
she? That's great. That's a pretty picture there.
Yep. Another one for Fernando Bori. This one to Fernando, WWE HOF 2017.
Cool. I'm glad you got your name wrote here because I damn sure couldn't spell that.
There you go.
I'm just kidding.
No, sometimes too, even with the pronunciations and stuff, it's tough. You don't want to offend anybody, but they come at you so fast.
I had a friend of mine in San Antonio. He used to referee, and he's dead now. And I loved him. His name was Juan. But every time I tell him, I say Juan, he'll go too.
We're just going to keep that on there just so
Oh,
they know.
yes.
Yeah, no
I'm
big deal.
sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
No, but it's cool. Because he passed away, but I always remember that, man. He come, "Hey, Juan." Juan too.
You're quick with the one-liners. I got to give you that. Michael Riggin in.
What's up, Michael?
I have no idea what's. Oh, Arkansas. Michael Riggin.
Oh, man, I was just in Arkansas, guys.
There you go.
I was in,
2 days ago.
yes, just 2 days ago. We was in Pocahontas, Arkansas.
There you go. They're kicking on the air conditioning for us. It's a hot one out there today in New Jersey.
Hey, that little cafe we ate in today, holy shit. You could have rented that out to Jenny Craig. I'm serious.
No air, no AC.
No AC.
Oh, that's not good. Especially when it's 90
Hey, and
degrees
can I
out.
tell you something, guys? I don't know. Is that doing right? Look at my fingernails are dirty and everything. I'm gonna get another silver pen. Can I get another picture?
You want another one?
Is that all right? Is that?
I'll let they can decide.
You know, that's not that.
Yeah, no, it's not.
That's
No,
good.
we're good.
Hey, it's good. It's just see up under.
Yeah,
What's that white up under there?
That's all right.
I
Is
think
that
it looks
just?
good.
Let me see. Move it. Oh, that's
That's the spotlight from the
yeah, it's a
photo.
spotlight on my skin. That's all right.
Next up, Chad Kaznicki in Illinois. Chad.
Cool. Let me get my other pen back. I had it broke in good. Yeah, that's right. Pretty good.
A lot of memories of Robert coming in. Adam Pop says, I saw an indie show with Robert, and I want to say he was teamed up with his nephew at the time. Terry Gordy was there too. I think it was the same year he passed away. What a great and memorable night.
Yeah.
Terry Gordy.
Yeah, they
Love
were.
Terry. See it our wrestling business, and that's what the guys don't understand. We all grew up together in the wrestling business.
Yeah.
Me, Michael Hayes, Robert, Terry Gordy, Bobby Eaton.
Young men.
Stan Lane. We all grew, Barry Dorso. We all grew up. Arn Anderson. We was all that age. We all grew up together. in this.
Unbelievable. From a fan's perspective, it's awesome to think about. Jason
Yes.
Richardson in Louisville, Kentucky.
All right.
Louisville, the Gardens.
80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. If you spend $50 on any future signings, you're going to get that free Ken Patera, Stan Hansen,
Who's this now?
or
Is this
Nikita
from
Koloff autograph.
Jason, you check out. That's where they have a good wrestling group over there, also.
Ohio Valley, yep.
Yes.
OVW.
Louisville, Kentucky.
He's been posting a lot of great pictures lately. They've been drawing some really nice crowds. Brian
Yes.
Lanzieri in Andover, Connecticut. To Brian.
Wow. Cool. There's a lot of our good fellows.
There you
There's
go.
So many that.
And next we got Jimmy Remick in Cleveland, Ohio. Just the signature on
All
that
right.
one. And then we're going to be switching to blue markers for this next little stack we have.
We switching to blue, huh?
Jeff Majora goes, what was Magnum PI like? Well, I don't know if they know Tom Selleck, but I know that they know Magnum TA. Innocent mistake, it happens, Jeff. But Magnum TA, we always heard a lot of
Magnum's
great
cool.
things.
We still see Magnum.
Yeah.
He still does signings and everything. They were. A lot of people don't even understand. They were grooming him
To be the world champion, right?
to be the world champion. That's the reason that I had a run with Flair. It was off the thing because Magnum had a car wreck.
Yeah.
And it did that. So Flair had nobody to work with. And I was at the right place at the right time.
Absolutely.
I sure did.
And
that's where I got that run from.
And everybody will always remember that
What color
feud.
is this one?
This one's blue. We're switching to blue now.
Blue.
And we're going to Bob Miner in
What
North
about
Carolina.
Bob?
Great movie. Just
Yes.
signature and WWE HOF
I got you.
2017. Nigel, you'll have to email the 80s wrestling page for that question. I do not know if that applies. I believe it's for the virtual signings, but send an email to 80s Wrestling and ask them. They'll get back to you with the answer to your question, hopefully. Next up, we got Jen Keller in Minnesota. Just the signatures, WWE
Okay,
HOF
cool.
2017. Sean Morton, they asked earlier about Canada. They did not make their way to Stampede. But again, any questions that do get ignored, we're trying to catch up with some signings, so don't take it personally. Also, some of the questions that are being asked now as you're jumping in have been answered already. So go to 80swrestlingcon.com. The next few days, you'll be able to watch this entire 3-hour signing from start to finish, and your question will probably be answered. Next up, John Hine. Hit him with the Hine in Anoka, Minnesota. John Hine.
Kick him in the eye.
To John, rock and roll
right.
for life. Your residents
We
are
got
right now.
quiet in here all of a sudden. Here we go. Thank you.
Stephen Herron with a nice memory. Just ordered for my twin sister Holly. R&R was our favorite to watch on Superstation TBS. Our mom took us to Asheville Civic Center to see them wrestle in person.
Great place, man. That's another building that I don't want to go to because I never wrestled in it.
Just
It
got
wasn't
the
sold
order
out. Cool.
Nick Jacobs in Texas.
What's up, Nick?
NWA Wrestling Rules and Just Signature.
Okay.
'80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. Don't forget $50 on any of the future signings coming up. If you order tonight, you're going to get that complimentary Ken Patera, Nikita Koloff or Stan Hansen autograph.
Thank you.
Alrighty then. Keeping it moving right along. Again, with these stickies, I don't know which is which here. This one's both on this. I guess that's that. Alright, good stuff. Next up, we got Craig Wilbur, another one of our regulars from Windsor, Vermont. To Craig, WWE HOF 2017 and 10-time SMW Tag Champions.
Smoky Mountain.
Cool. Robert,
Yeah, buddy.
you alive?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, 10 times.
That's great. You yawn, and he can know before it even comes out. Look at that.
Cool.
What's that now?
No, I said I just, he can yawn, and before it even comes out, you're like, you all right? I mean, you guys are very in tune with each other. What's the
Yes.
longest you've gone over these years without having seen each other in person? Is there ever like a prolonged period of time?
Not really.
I don't
No,
know.
not really. I would imagine so.
You know, and that's what guys don't understand. You know, it's in the business. I was married to him in the business.
Yeah.
Then you see, and then it ain't always, at home. It's
Yeah.
not always,
No,
roses and
I believe it.
velvet and roses. Dude, it's hard.
I can imagine. John O'Brien in Staten Island, New York, just
Staten
signature
Island.
and 9-time NWA Tag Team Champions.
Sure, I'm gonna move this right here. That way I can write it right here.
Jeff, we already talked about Missy earlier on. I don't think
I love Missy.
Yeah.
I love you, Missy. If you're out there.
he's saying Misty Blue, Missy Hyatt, or Medusa Maselli. Who's your fave? I don't think they're going to pick a fave. They're all very
I
nice
love
ladies.
them all.
Oh,
There you
Missy
go.
Blue was pretty cool.
Misty Blue, yes, sir. Oh, and I love Deborah. Deborah's my friend.
Deborah Michael?
No,
Deborah.
Medusa.
Oh, Deborah. Okay. Oh,
Okay.
I don't know her shoot name offhand. Dennis Grinnell Jr. It's to Dennis, WWE HOF 2017. This one's in black. We're moving to black for that one.
Okay,
There you go.
let's go. What's happening, Dennis? I'm yawning. I don't know why. You're yawning too. No wonder I
Well, it's a
yawn.
long time to sit, and you're getting that wrist workout. You're signing.
Oh, wow, man, it's cool. There we go. Cool.
All right, we're going to pass that over to Robert, and we're going to move on to Kenny in Ocean Island Beach, North Carolina.
Okay, like it. What's up, Kenny? I love the Carolinas. I'm telling you, man.
A
Especially
lot of
back
great
in,
memories, yeah.
especially back in the 80s.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
I can only imagine.
I mean, it's just, time grows, towns get bigger, more, but Jesus Christ, man, what a place. Is Tom out there? Is that Tom Johnson?
This is
Is
Tom.
that you, Tom Johnson?
Tom Johnson, Emerson, New Jersey. He wants just signature and WWE HOF 2017.
It's hard to believe it's been 4 years since we got inducted. It seems like the other day.
Time just flies, and it is funny though because I remember there's certain Hall of Fame speeches that stand out, and your guys is one of them.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it was made special too, not just from your speech, but Jim Cornette being there to induct you. I mean, you couldn't really ask for anything
I
more.
didn't, they gave me a paper. And I couldn't even read off that paper, but I got to speak from my heart.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Take that paper back.
Well, I mean, especially because, in your day, when you were cutting those promos, they weren't scripted. You were going out there doing your own thing, so now they're going to expect you to read off a paper.
You know what? And the good thing that you did, you let the heels go first. So he'll come out, he can bow it, and then you had something to talk about, you could feed because the heel can say anything.
Yeah. We're going to switch over to red now. We got Brian Ziegler in Connecticut.
Hey, Brian.
Brian Ziegler,
sign
just
it?
signature and rock and roll forever.
Gotcha. Oh, that red looks good on there.
A lot of you guys are asking the same question, favorite this, favorite that. I think what we're learning since we started this earlier tonight is that they don't really have favorites. They loved everywhere that they worked. They loved all of their opponents, and they've reiterated that several times. So I don't think you're going to really have a favorite town. I think you pretty much sold it out everywhere, and we're happy with that. Thank you. And we're going to stick with the red. We got Sissy in South Carolina. She wants 2 Sissy. You're sweet as sugar.
All right. Smooth. Strawberry wine.
Well, since you're singing, Cliff Smalling wants to know your favorite rock band of all time.
My favorite rock band of all time. That's another one. I love them all.
There you go.
You know, I had a lot of pleasure. Me and Robert got to meet, dadgummit.
You mentioned Cinderella earlier.
You know, Cinderella. Who's the guys we met in Japan?
Village People, Led Zeppelin.
The guy we met.
It's
I
not
met
often
David
that
Lee
people
Roth
would
in
put them
Japan.
together.
Yeah, there's 2 different places.
Trying to think. Village People, Led Zeppelin. Did you ever meet Skid Row?
Village
No,
People
no.
at McDonald's in Japan.
These guys are here.
Oh, the
for
Village People were at the McDonald's in Japan.
Japan.
Were they dressed in
Yes.
gimmick? Because that would have been great. Oh, come on, really? The Village People were dressed in gimmick in Japan? That's amazing.
And there was easy spot.
Oh, that's awesome. The Japanese people had to be flipping out during that,
Oh,
because
yeah.
that's,
It's crazy.
oh, wow. That's some great stuff.
I'm
And
sitting
Hall
here
and
trying
Oates
to
at the
think
gym
of the
in
greatest
Japan.
rock, a couple of the greatest rock bands in the world. I can't even think about it.
It'll come to you, I'm sure. Next up, we got
Yes.
Holly Hill in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Holly Hill, Holly with an I. Holli.
Def Leppard.
Def Leppard, of course.
Hey, listen to me. I was in the Lexington Queen in Tokyo, Japan. And I'm walking down the steps. Everything in Japan is small. Everything is, it's made, it's not Americanized. And I'm going down some steps real little, and a guy comes out of the bathroom. He goes, "Hey, mate, you ever try to go in there and squat and use the bathroom and wipe your butt with one arm?"
It was the drum.
And he was a drummer for Death Leppard.
Yeah, because he was
a drummer for Death Leppard. He sure was.
Oh, that's
We sat there and shot pool with him all night.
What's that?
We sat there and shot pool with
Yeah,
him
well,
all
I
night.
mean, look, if you
yes.
could play the drums in a stadium rock show with one arm, you could do probably anything with one arm.
Was that Holly? Yes.
Holly with an I.
And
Oh, yeah.
cool. That showed
He's
up.
back.
Robert Silver.
I met those guys, and then I really, I had the
He's
pleasure to meet
back.
Alice Cooper.
Oh, yeah, I've heard he's a terrific guy. Well, he was very involved in the business as well, WrestleMania 3.
Well, you know what? He's a good guy. I didn't know that he was very religious either. You know,
wow.
but it's cool though because he was telling me that he told me about him. When he first went to Vegas, Elvis Presley wanted to meet him.
Okay.
And he said he goes over to the hotel and they let him in, and Elvis is sitting in there with Linda Lovelace.
Oh, boy.
Look here. And Elvis goes, "Hey, boy, you the one who wears that makeup?" He said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "That's cool. That's very cool. Beat Linda."
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you would think it would be the other way around. You'd think it would be Alice Cooper introducing Elvis to him.
Yes, beat Linda.
Kyle Flemington in South Carolina, just signature and SMW 10
Okay.
times tag.
Red is cool. Just my signature, okay?
It's already taken care of.
Warren Kennedy says Ricky and Robert are iconic, and no, absolutely no other tag team equals them. But I hear Ricky and Kerry Morton are an up-and-coming tag team champs. Tell them Sergeant Kennedy in Wilmington is watching.
Cool. My son,
Happened at 4:30.
he is going to be great in the business. He's like, my dad was a wrestler, and I went with my dad when I was young, everywhere and learn. And Kerry James, if you're down south, everywhere I worked, me and Robert went, he was with me. He ran around the ring. He did everything. He is going to be a great talent for our business, but he got a 4-year scholarship to college, and he's going to get his education.
There you go, smart
Yes.
move. Something
Yes.
to fall back on. Tim Werner in Connecticut.
Well,
just signature.
just in our business, and if you don't understand, it's not, it's not all about wrestling. The guys that are behind the scenes, the ones And some of the guys that are in the office, you know, they all have college educations. Dude, there's other jobs besides wrestling.
Oh, without a doubt.
That pay 3 times more than wrestling does.
Absolutely.
Do you hear me?
No, well,
I told him, I says, you know, you do your thing, but you don't got to take bumps to work for WWE.
No, you do
either.
not. No, you do not. And we're seeing that with some of the people that are moving up the ranks in the office now.
Yes.
Now we're going to move on to some of the personal memorabilia that's been sent in by the fans. Don't forget, you can go to 80swrestlingcon.com, check out the list of all the upcoming signings.
What color they want.
And if you have any personal memorabilia that you'd like to send in for any of the
Yes.
future stars, follow the instructions on the website on how you can do that. Right now we have Daniel Hicks in Carrollton, Texas. This is the Jack's Pacific Classic Superstars Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson Tag Team Action Figure Set. So there you go, in the box. And he wants blue paint pen, just the signature on that one.
Yes, you have got it, fella.
Anthony Silva says, I met the Rock and Roll Express in Corpus Christi, Texas back in 1990 at the old Memorial Coliseum. They autographed a Whataburger napkin for me that I still own.
Hey, dude.
That's pretty cool.
I love that auditorium. Sat right there on the beach. And one thing about Corpus Christi, they had an old boat that used to belong to Al Capone out there.
Okay.
And but that was way back then.
Oh, wow.
But you could see it from because the building was right on the ocean.
Oh, that's
There you go,
awesome.
champ.
They tore it down.
There you go.
I'm sorry, I'm coughing.
No, hey, it happens. You're having
Here
fun.
we go. I'm gonna get
Take a
drink
little
of
sip.
water here.
We're going to sign here, because this is their page on the bash. This one.
Right. Now, what do you want to do here?
Okay, so this is for Emil Menard, our auction champion. You're going to sign
Hey.
on the picture right there.
Is
and
this
then,
blue or?
does it matter a color on that? No. I guess it doesn't matter a color on that one.
Okay, so where do I sign that? Right
You're
here?
going to sign right there on that picture.
Cool.
And then this is the Great American Bash 1988 program, which you're going to sign the cover of as soon as you gentlemen are done with that. Oh, yeah, look, I don't think there's anything from this time frame that you're not in.
Let's look in here. I'm going to see right here. Let's look. Is that Jack Victory? That's Robert. Mm-hmm. No, it can't be because that's Cornette. Isn't it? Is that Cornette?
That looks like Cornette, yeah.
Yeah, so it must
Because
be
there's the
Bobby.
tennis racket right there.
Yeah, I took it. So that must be Bobby. Oh, yes, Bobby here. So great. Here, does Robert sign this one?
Yeah, so you're going to, right? I believe they both signed that.
Okay.
And then we have for Emil also, this is the Great American Bash 1988 program. He wants that
This
signed
is so cool.
on the cover as
Is it
well.
on the cover?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I do it in blue right here over the white. How's that?
There you go.
Okay. There we go, fella.
More of that personal memorabilia. Now we're moving to some of the after mags, as they've been called over the years. Well, this one, yeah, okay, thank you. All right, wrestling magazines. This one is wrestling. I thought you were going to hand me the PWI first. The Wrestling All Stars. This one has Hulk Hogan, Lex Luger, Ric Flair, and of course Rock and Roll Express on the bottom corner. They want black, just signatures, right there. Now we have an after mag. Thank you. There we go. There's several of them coming up.
There we go. Here, Hooter.
Yep. And here you are on the cover of The Wrestler, December 1989. Great Muta and Sting on the cover, of course. And then you are up at the top.
Hey, and us, we are
Yeah, well,
right there.
yeah, but you know what? Not only do you have the picture, you have the heading. The R&R Express takes a walk on the wild side and get mugged.
Oh, Lord, that must have been the Freebirds.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Wow. $1.95 for this magazine.
Back then, now it's probably going to go for 25, 40 bucks.
Oh gosh, you know it is.
Yeah.
No more than that, but
Well, I mean, these auction sites now, I mean, they always
Yes.
start off with the bids. And they're
no,
gonna
this
be,
it's more. These things are worth so much. Is that Kerry?
Oh, yeah.
Is that Kerry Von Erich?
No, that's Ultimate Warrior right there.
Oh, is it? That's before he become the Ultimate Warrior. Oh, there's Andre. He's
Yeah,
in there.
there you go.
Sure is.
And this is a great one. This is July 1986, Pro
Number
Wrestling
one with a
Illustrated.
bullet.
The Rock and Roll Express, #1 with a bullet. This is a great collectible. This is the blue paint pen.
Blue paint pen.
Just
Okay.
signature, NWA Hall of Fame 2006 and WWE Hall of Fame 2017. This is for our friend Nicholas De Silva in Canada.
Okay, now. Gotcha.
Look how young you guys are in this one.
That's our
What's
first
that?
outfit.
Yeah,
That was our first
that's
outfit.
Louisiana right there. It was our first outfit when we got.
Look at you. You look like Ricky Schroeder from Silver Spoons. Look at you. Handsome guy right there.
Can I tell you the story on this right here?
You can say
Guys, you like this right here. We didn't have no outfits, and Robert and I were looking for something different. We just did Memphis TV with Lawler made us our thing, but we wanted something spandex. Now, this is in 1982 or 83. Me and Robert were at the mall at Frederick's of Hollywood.
There you go.
Now, we're in there trying on the women's spandexes and stuff, and we got them on, and I said, Robert, these kind of look good. They feel good. I says, does my ass look big in these? And I said, hey.
I think we're the first ones.
They were always ahead of their time, these two.
I mean, but look at that. I mean, check this right here out. They come from Frederick's to Hollywood, and even the best did too.
Well, look, if you put these outfits on now, you'll get signed by AEW. I mean, go ahead and put these on.
With them pants, the first time wrestlers ever had zippers. We had zippers.
80swrestlingcon.com. They're signing the personal memorabilia right now. Check out the list of all the upcoming signings and find out how you can send your memorabilia. Also, you can go to the Wrestling Collector Superstore. Tons of memorabilia up for grabs, up for sale. So you can buy it there, then have our talent signed it at one of these Monday night virtuals. So make sure you check that out. Brian Davey says, I saw you both at the Spectrum in 1993 against the Head Shrinkers, Philadelphia Spectrum. Thank you, Brian. That was another great wrestling venue.
Hey, that was another good team.
Yeah, and they're actually going to be with us when we come back in 2 weeks.
We
So-
forgot about the
Shrinkers.
headbangers. They were there. New breed. Forgot about them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All these
Head
guys.
stringers.
Unbelievable.
Nicholas DeSilva wants you to sign in the black paint pen, just the signatures, along with NWA.
Okay,
HO.
the black paint pen is one here. And just put my signature.
Yeah, and the NWA HOF
Okay.
2006 and WWE HOF 2017.
Had something else. That's like in Japan. That's what you sign on Japan.
Oh, yeah?
They don't give you paper. That's what you get.
There you go.
You know, Robert and I wrestled
Please add pumpkin.
for
Yeah, I
NWA
saw that.
Power. And it was real cool.
Go ahead, Ray.
We did a show with NWA Power where we wore the pair of black and pink tights. It was the same one we wore in Starrcade in 1980 something.
That's awesome.
We had them put up.
That's so cool.
It
Yeah, I
was,
really like when,
yeah, the black and pink ones. We wore them, 35 years earlier.
Yeah.
I like to never got into mine either. I had to call AAA to get them damn things.
There you go.
You know?
Next time, try a shoehorn. That'll work.
I got you, man.
Next up, Sean Donovan. He wants just signatures plus add Punky and Hoos. That's black.
Oh, I got you. Here. Now, these right here,
It's funny
guys.
to say that. That's Punky and Hoot.
There you go. You can
Hey,
practice them.
these right here, the signing these, I never seen these until I went to Japan.
That's what. Yeah, he was just saying
and
that.
this is what they brought to you to sign in Japan.
Okay. Lots of
Oh, Ricky,
personal.
look at that.
Oh,
Yeah, some of the stuff that these fans, I say it every week, they're always sending in great stuff. It's always cool to see.
there we go. Hey, Rick Morton, Punky. Black pen, Robert.
Black pin.
Let's see here. What was this right here now?
All right, turn it around. I'll be able to tell you. That is Andy Hammerlink, who sends in a ton of stuff for all these
Oh,
great
man.
signings. He's got quite a collection going on.
Cool. Give me sign this. and
Yeah,
black.
just signature on that one.
This had to be in 1980. When did we first start the Rock and Roll Express?
1982, I believe, right?
Yes. Well, that's look at this now. That's badass. But see, look at that, man. Look at that. I used to work out. Hey,
Yeah,
man.
look at your arms on this one. This is definitely impressive.
A little
There you
Deca.
go. All right, so well, this one is just Robert.
That was a
This is
little
a
Deca.
Luke Williams card. He's got you right
silver.
there, so you're going to sign that in silver.
You hear me? Get the
I'm hearing
microphone. Test.
I'm hearing you. It's just
Deca,
when it comes to
Deca,
people's
Deca.
personal memorabilia, I like to pay attention because you can't do do-overs on this stuff. So I'm trying to just keep it all organized now.
Cool.
The 8x10s we can have fun with. We could scribble on them. We could use them as dartboard stuff. But this stuff, people will get pissed if we send it back screwed up. So Andy Hammerlink, black, just signature for that one.
And what I was saying though, this you could tell in these days right here. Test. I mean,
I wonder where you get that.
Quiet on the set, please.
great picture. Wow, that's a great fucking picture. I love that.
It definitely is indeed. It looks like you've been doing your DDP yoga in that one. You're very, very in shape.
Soup.
Here's a copy of.
Doing more than that.
I wasn't gonna go there, but you can.
That's what I've been sitting here all the time. Deca.
Here we have.
Look, test 1 2.
This is great. This one's for Ricky only. This is Wrestling Today. It was $3. Does it say the year on it? Unfortunately, it doesn't. But we have Magnum TA and Tully Blanchard. And here's the Ricky Morton cell with Nikita Koloff right there.
It's with the man Ivan. So it had to be
it's
19.
Ivan, yes,
It had to be 1985.
Okay, there you go. Oh wow, the program from the Jim Crockett Memorial Cup. Wow, this is cool.
That's a classic one there.
Yeah, I want that for my store.
Yes.
Oh, really? There you go. Well, this Andy Hammerlink.
I want it for my store.
Make him an offer, Andy.
you go.
You've piqued the interest of Tommy Fierro. Silver just signature for both of you there.
Cool. This is badass. I like this. Look at that crew sitting there.
What a good crew.
What a crew, an iconic crew. Jeff Majori just says, I just pulled out the magazines from the July 1987 Superstar Wrestling. Wow, I'm trying to decipher this in English. I'm just going to read it as it's written. I just pulled out Dome magazines from the time July 1987 Superstar Wrestlers. You guys are on the cover. Also rereading stories out of Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Forgot about the Tully Blanchard work. Yes, we talked earlier about the feuding with the Four Horsemen and, of course, Tully and Arn. And that was when I mentioned earlier, I mean, I was familiar with you guys, but watching that was some of my favorite work that you guys had done with the Four Horsemen. How cool were these trading cards? Slam Wars, Sean Barton, to Sean.
Okay.
There you go. That's in red.
Oh, in red.
Yeah, I'm trying
Okay.
to. I'm just making sure black. All right, we're getting pulled in many different directions here.
All right, Robert, I'll let you a little room down at the bottom.
There's that black for that one.
Okay. You see that right there is one of the original cards. They made copy ones, but I could tell the original ones.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is really a good card to have. This right here's the one that came in the magazine that you had them and you tore them out.
And I remember these. I remember I got these when
Yes.
they came out. These were the WCW trading cards. I want to say like '91. John Bubba Call, another friend of ours.
Oh, I
just
get
signature.
I answer all my fan mail. And at my school of Morton. I mean, yesterday I went ahead and stacked that high.
Oh, okay.
And I went through every one of them and signed it. A lot of those cards are in there, is what I was saying.
There you go.
Cool.
Jeff Majori goes, I've had a few drinks. Jeff, there's nothing wrong with that. It's Monday night, you're home, you're enjoying
It's
yourself.
5 o'clock somewhere.
I just started to read it, and I didn't want to screw it up, so I read it exactly as it was worded. Have another drink, enjoy yourself.
What did he say?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes.
Okay,
Damn
this
right it
is
Cool.
Rock and Roll Express in the WWE Encyclopedia. It is for Robert Williams. So you guys are going to sign right there. Any color preference? Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Is
matter.
it just sign it?
Signer's choice.
Yeah, you could just sign
I'm
signer's
just gonna
choice.
sign it because,
We'll make it uniform. We'll keep it together.
Yeah.
Don't forget, guys, this Saturday from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Wrestling Collector Store in Stockholm, New Jersey, the Brooklyn Brawler will be appearing live, signing autographs and taking photos. Free Wrestling Magazine Day. Everyone gets a free wrestling magazine, so go get your picture taken with the Brooklyn Brawler, get the autograph, and you will get a free magazine. I've been to the Wrestling Collector Store. They have quite a selection, so
Hey, Jim
make sure you
Barnett.
get there.
I had seen the Brooklyn Balls for a long time.
All right, this is for Robert Williams. He's had this chair. I thought you were going to hit me with it, Jesus.
Yes. I don't sell it. Nobody else
No.
does.
Well, now they're not even allowed to hit you in the face or head anymore.
Huh?
So
They're not allowed to?
I don't think you can do chair shots to the head anymore. Which, I mean, I guess there's some benefit to that.
Okay. Just find a place here. Huh?
I just don't want
But
to
you
get
want Rock and Roll Express on it? Thanks, Derek.
Yeah, might as well.
I think right here, I'm gonna put Rock and Roll Express. You wanna put it on there? Yes.
Lordy, lordy, lordy.
There you go. Who right up under right there.
That's all right. I don't need
That's
to have,
all right,
I don't need to have children. All right. 80swrestlingcon.com. We're going to be moving on in just a few minutes to the live auction. We got a little bit more memorabilia to get through that's been sent in. That's another WWE encyclopedia from Carter Cole in Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, yes. Very cool. On the same page with Jack Briscoe and Sam Munchen.
There you go. Pat O'Connor, Whipper Billy Watson, Tommy Rich, Wildfire.
The Midnight Express.
And, of course, Danny Hodge.
Danny Hodge, he was a good
You know,
guy.
Danny died.
Yeah, unfortunately.
God, he was the toughest guy I think I ever met in my life.
I've heard that from many, many people.
I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he lived. He owned a bar there, and this is about 15 years ago. And I went to see Daddy, and I'm sitting at the bar up there with Danny talking, and here come one of these guys up. Hey,
Uh-oh.
you one of them fake wrestlers? And Danny Hodge stands up and listen. He goes, "Oh, kid, how you doing?" And he shook his
Oh,
hand.
I believe it.
When his hand touched his hand, the guy fell straight to his knees. He spun him around and put the sleeper on him. Okay. In a matter of 30 seconds, this guy's peed and doo-dooed all over himself and he's laying in the floor.
There you go. That's a way to get a message across.
And that was just to say hello.
It was actually Ian Levy. Now here we have the WWF flag.
The what flag?
The WWF flag. Is that Rob from Australia?
Nope, this is Carter Cole.
Carter Cole.
Carter Cole.
All right. In silver?
In silver.
All right. I'm going to put Nikita's subs. Okay.
All right, 80swrestlingcon.com. Don't forget to spend $50 on any of the upcoming signings, and you will get yourself an autographed Ken Patera, Nikita Koloff, or Stan Hansen 8x10. Your choice. Check out the list of all the great upcoming signings that we have. We're going to be off next Monday. We're going to be returning the following Monday with the original head shrinkers, Rikishi, Fatu, and Samu. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Tell Rikishi has a hat. He's a good guy.
Headbangers too.
What's this one?
We just need them to sign.
Just signature on the chair. Rock and Roll Express and signatures.
We're starting it
Oh
off.
my God, it's really breaking out the hardware here.
Okay, I'm
There we
gonna
go.
go.
Yeah, this is going to be on sale at Huffman Coos tomorrow. I've just never seen so many chairs in one evening. You never know what to expect when you come here.
I've been hit with a lot of these son of a bitches.
You wouldn't be able to tell though. You still got your wits about you, which is
Well,
really
yeah, you
impressive.
can tell. Look, I'm that squirrel out there on that limb, jumping from limb to limb. You know, it's different. You know, you could work in the ring, but if you use a chair, you had to use it.
Yeah, lay it in. I hate when you would watch some of these guys and it would just be like a little tap. It'd be like, what the hell is the point of that?
Oh yeah, and look here, and like they got
You
run.
better
over
hit
by
him,
a
because
dump
by God,
truck.
they knocking the shit out of
There
you.
you go. And then, of course, we have for Emil Menard,
That's the auction.
he's got, no, this isn't the auction. This is his. He works out a deal in advance. He just buys these. I think.
That's badass.
Yeah, that is. So you're going to sign that. And then I'm going to start the auction, I believe, right? I'm going to
What's
get
this?
up and we'll start off. Let me just look at the items one more time.
Hey, this is bad to the bone. Now put it to
To Emil, #1 80s wrestling.
EMILE.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got.
I'm going to let
I got to
Ian
get on.
hand
I
off
got to get on the
items
other side.
for me.
Okay. Pardon my phone.
Oh, no problem.
I gotta sign it over here, and if I don't stand up, it's not gonna be
You
right
sign it
here.
red?
No, Robert.
Next time we're just going to have a panorama camera, I think, and just we'll rotate it on a swivel.
Bring up Lacey Susan. Bring up.
And Susan?
No.
Oh, God. See what happens when Ian tries to make jokes?
Okay.
I got it. All right, we had just a order come in just now. Patrick Matheny. So Robert Gibson signed it for you in silver, and then Ricky Morton's going to sign it for you in silver in just a moment.
Okay.
All right, so this is this just came in for Patrick Matheny in silver. So
Okay.
you-
Hello, Patrick. Hope you're watching. I'm signing your picture right now.
All right, so
Yeah, there we go.
all right, great stuff.
Hey, is Vince trying to call me back again? Damn it.
All right, I believe we're going to
Can't make
start
Monday
the
Night
auction
Raw.
now, right?
You're
We don't-
busy. Shut.
Ian, after that, do we have anything else? No, so we'll start the auction now. So the first item up for grabs.
I'm gonna walk right over here for a minute.
Okay, he's going to take a little quick walk.
This one done?
I believe so.
Shut up, Robert.
This is a Ricky A sign.
All right, we're going to
Alrighty.
put 3 minutes on the clock, $75. This is the Crockett Memorial Cup. It's already signed by Nikita Koloff. It's the VHS tape. So we're going to have it signed by the Rock and Roll Express as well. We are looking for $100. I'm sorry, no, $150 for this. They're all out of order. I asked for them in order, but I guess not. All right, so Crockett Cup, $150. We're looking for the opening bid.
Did you unplug my phone and chargers back?
A long time ago.
My phone.
$150. It's been signed by Nikita Koloff. It's about to be signed by the Rock and Roll Express. We're looking for a bid.
All right, we have a first bid coming in.
We're hoping. $150.
150 bucks. What you got?
I already plugged this recently, and I don't think if you're an 80s wrestling fan, you need it to really be plugged. It is the Crockett Memorial Cup from 1987.
We'd never get through all that.
What?
There you go.
I haven't. No.
Here you go. You take that side.
See?
There you go.
And then when I finish it.
And cook.
So we're looking for an opening bid of
Never get that many, believe me.
$150.
All right. Too bad you can't hear nobody say nothing.
Yeah, you could talk. You could say, I'm just waiting for a bid to come in. I don't want to
All
mess up the
right,
auction
Just brought up
because then I get
hurry.
yelled at. I just want to make sure that it all comes in, and I'm willing to witness it live. So we're looking for $150. I mean, to me, it's a steal. You got Nikita Koloff's autograph on it. You're going to have Ricky and Robert, the Rock and Roll Express, on it as well. I think this is a hell of a
And there's
collector.
not no more either. And you have to go back and find an old DVD player to watch it.
Well, no, this is actually a VHS, so you got to
is
go
it?
really back.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Our director over there, Mike, has every VHS machine in New Jersey. So if you want to rent one, you got to call him up. He's got about
You know
62
what?
of
I
them.
found some old tapes at my mother's house,
Uh-huh.
wrestling tapes on that, and I gotta take them somewhere to get somebody to watch them for me.
Yeah.
Tell me what's on it.
Yeah, no, that is that. I
I'm
can
serious.
imagine.
All wrestling
These over
tapes
here,
too.
hand me them when
I
you
used to
got this
record everything.
All right, we're looking for an opening bid of $150. Got 40 seconds left on the clock, 30 seconds left on the clock. Don't forget, guys, if you are watching this, there is a delay, so you got to get those
Rick,
bids
finish
in.
them off and we do this.
Just leave those over
Yeah.
there, and I'll get them.
No, they're separate. You sign the ones already signed.
I don't know. I don't want to get in the middle of a Rock and Roll Express
I
argument.
mean, I
Sign
don't know
them
what
with-
you're saying.
So we will go a little
I may
time.
not be the smartest man,
Yeah,
but I
sign
know
all
that I'm
of
smart enough to not do that. All right, 10 seconds left. We're looking for that bid, $150. I mean, this is a piece of history. If not, it's going to be at the Wrestling Collector's store. It's the Crockett Memorial Cup, signed by Nikita Koloff, going to be signed by the Rock and Roll Express tonight.
Sure enough.
Emil Menard just
Hello.
came in at the last second with $150. Congratulations,
Good.
Emil Menard. I knew he'd come through. So
right.
Emil is the winner of the Crockett Memorial Cup. There you go. Now, this is something really cool. I actually would consider putting a bid on this because one of my favorite all-time movies is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And this is
that's
Rock
badass.
and Roll Express. This is a wonderful piece of art. I'm actually going to get a little picture of this myself. It is... Oh, that's my face. They don't want to see that. Ricky and Robert's Excellent Adventure. So it's a little bit of a parody or an homage to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. This is... It looks like it says vintage or vinitude art. Whoever designed this did a terrific job. It's already been signed by Ricky and Robert, and we are looking for $75 opening bid. Start the clock, please, Vicky. $75 opening bid.
75.
Cool. Yeah, we have signed it. That was cool, man. I like that.
This is beautifully done. This would look good in anyone's house or office. Emil
Man
won the
cave.
Crockett Cup too.
Man
Okay.
cave.
I didn't know if you had gotten it. Looking for an opening bid of $75. I mean, look at this great piece of artwork. All right, I didn't get it yet. My chat.
Hand me
All
that,
right,
Rick.
now my chat's freezing. It looks like so. You're gonna have to shout it out.
James 85.
Go, let it all out. Hand me them, Dan.
My chat's completely frozen, so I'm not sure what happened.
The other one, already signed
James
it.
85.
I can't. It's just
Frank
like
Carlo 100.
100.
I'm gonna sign all.
All right,
those.
now I'm back in. Frank Carlo's got $100. We got a little bit of a bidding war. Emil Menard, you're already behind at 90. Frank Carlo's at 100. We started at 75. Now I'm caught up in the chat. It's just all again, guys. You know, I understand that you can choose your denomination, Emil 110, but you might want to go a little higher just to be sure that you don't miss out because we are on a delay. Once that clock hits 3 minutes, the auction is over. So I'm seeing some big jump ups here. Emil Menard just went to 110. Can I see maybe a 120? This is really cool, and it's a one-of-a-kind. It's signed by Ricky and Robert. This is a piece of Rock and Roll Express art that nobody else will have. It is signed by the men themselves. Emil Menard holding strong at $110. Does anyone else want to try to outbid him, or is Emil going to take another clean
Hey,
sweep
Rick, get him
tonight?
right there, Rick.
He already won the Crockett Cup tape.
Okay, get them out of the way. So we can pick them up.
Emil Menard still holding on at 110 with about 60 seconds left in the auction for this item. All right, I'm still at 110. Is it confirming? All right, just double checking because I froze before. I don't want to freeze again. So 110 is Emil Menard so far. He's got, or somebody else has about 25 seconds to top him. If you're going to try to beat Emil, my recommendation would go at least $20 higher so he doesn't come through at the last second. Bridget.
115, Matt Finney.
I don't have it yet. Matt Finney, 115, 10 seconds left.
Frank Carlo 125.
Frank Carlo, 125 at the last second is the
All right.
winner.
Cool.
Frank Carlo, 125. Are you guys paying attention to the prices? Like Frank Carlo, 125. You got it? Yep. Frank Carlo, 125. Just making sure. All right. Next up on the block, we have the Superstars of Wrestling magazine that has been signed already by Nikita Koloff. We're going to start it at $100. It's been signed by Nikita. It's also going to be signed by Ricky and Robert, the Rock and Roll Express. Thank you for starting the clock. I'm looking for $100 opening bid on this item. guys are signing away. All these pictures will be available at the Wrestling Collector. Also, check out the 80s Wrestling Facebook auctions. You can get some really great steals on those auctions. Sometimes these photos start out in lots of $1. So make sure you follow the auction site. There's a lot of great steals you can get. Emil coming in with $100.
Cool. You selling that?
Yeah, well, he just got defeated handedly in the last one, so now he's like going to confirm. I'm actually surprised he came in with a low ball minimum of 100. I thought maybe he would have been like, you know what, I don't want to lose again. So,
Okay.
and it's not even like he was in second place with the last one. Matt Finney came in second, so I mean, Emil's really kind of fallen off a little bit here. I think he's a busy guy and whatnot. All right, so about another minute and a half. This is the superstar wrestler from April 1987. Already signed by Nikita Koloff, going to be signed by the Rock and Roll Express as well.
Bring him in.
Why, Robert? You
Did they sign those items already or no? The auction items. I think you took them before
Yeah,
they
we
got
got to
it.
sign them all.
They were signed earlier?
He
Okay.
signed 300 pictures.
All right, I know, but it's like, we got a little crowded over here.
Different
All
now.
right.
In time.
All right, minute left. Emil is in the lead with $100.
There you go.
Just when you guys have a chance, they want you to sign this.
Okay, gotcha.
For the auction.
In silver?
Yes, I believe so. All right, sold to Emil Menard, $100.
Here, Robert, that's silver.
Sold to Emil.
I need to sign that.
Yeah, I think you do. And then that's for Robert. All right, what do we have up
I'm gonna sign
next
it right
for this
here.
auction?
There you go, Hooter. That's that one. Thank you. I'm sorry we all in your way.
No, it's not your fault. You guys are just doing what you're asked. All right. I guess I'll get up and get them too. Wrestling scrapbook. We're gonna start at $60. $60. Opening bid, $60 for the wrestling scrapbook.
Who's on the back of that?
I covered.
Back cover.
Uh-huh.
Ricky
Look
and
at that.
Robert.
Starsky and Hutch. Look at on that one.
So we're looking for an opening bid of $60. Going to be signed by Ricky and Robert themselves.
And the magazine's in good condition.
Oh, they're in great condition. Very well. Wrestling scrapbook. This
Real
is
good condition, guys.
This one doesn't seem to have the date on it, does it? Let me look. No, it doesn't.
Try the opening page.
It's just it's great.
No, don't have it. But I'm assuming it's 1986.
What are you looking for on it?
I was just looking for the date. I couldn't find it. It's got to be 85 because it's got Piper in the Hulkamania T-shirt. So, looking for an opening bid. What did I say? $60. They're on the back page. They're going to sign it. Bridget Subban says, "My favorite wrestler is Robert Gibson."
Cool.
Who's that?
Bridget Subban.
Hi, Bridget. What's up, sweetheart?
There you go, Bridget. Shout out from the man himself. Looking for an opening bid of $60. '80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in for all the upcoming signings that we have. Don't forget $50 on any of the future signings spent tonight. You'll get that complimentary Ken Patera, Nikita Koloff, or Stan Hansen autograph photo. Still looking for an opening bid of $60 on this. The wrestling scrapbook. Ricky and Robert are on the back cover. They will sign it in front of you. It will be a
All
piece
right,
of
now,
wrestling
y'all,
memorabilia.
come on, somebody come by this magazine here.
There you go. We're waiting for somebody. Everything else has been going, so sometimes that
Yes.
happens. You don't always expect everything to go. All right, and
Emil 60.
Emil, $60 sold.
All right, cool.
Emil Menard with the wrestling scrapbook. A nice news strategy by Emil. Wait till the last second and get it in. Can someone hand me the next item, which is going to be the Night of Champions program? And this has also been signed by Stan Hansen. It's going to be signed by Ricky and Robert, the Rock and Roll Express. They are on the back. We're looking for a $100 opening bid. So we'll start the clock now. We will start the clock right now, looking for a $100 opening bid.
Anybody win the bag or not?
Yeah, Emil,
Okay,
60.
I'm gonna go ahead and sign this while I'm on the air. Is that cool?
That's awesome, yeah, please.
All right.
So $100 for the Night of Champions program. We're looking for it.
Cool. Right there. It's a nice magazine. Hooter is black on that one.
If you just want to sign that when you have a chance, Mr.
So you
Gibson.
want color black?
Yeah, I guess black will work. Looking for an opening bid of $100.
Put the boots up.
Just here.
Yeah, that'll go to one of these gentlemen.
What's that now?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's shoe.
We got a minute and 30 seconds, huh?
A minute and 30 seconds, and we're still waiting for an opening bid. Unless I'm frozen again.
Okay.
You never know what happens. Social media, Facebook. Yeah, I told him. I cover. Yep. We're waiting.
Alrighty.
Sell it, brother. Sell that program.
Ricky and Robert, the Rock and Roll Express, are on it. Stan Hansen signed it. We're waiting for an opening bid. $100.
Cool.
Signing away over here. Black and yellow, little Pittsburgh Steelers colors. There you go. All right, waiting for that opening bid. I'm just confirming with Mike if anything has come in yet, because we still have 2 items left after this, and you got about 20 seconds
my.
left on this.
You get them. Bring that stack over here to me. They tell me to sign them all. I'm not going to.
Well, there you go. That's work ethic right there, my friend.
Huh?
That's work ethic. All right,
Well,
5
he asked
seconds
me to, and I
left.
told him yes.
Night of Champions. If not, it goes to the Wrestling Collector. All right, looks like that's going to be going to the Wrestling Collector. Can I get the turnbuckle from you, my friend?
Yes.
Now, this is a one-of-a-kind
Did this
item.
sale?
It's already been signed by Axe and Smash of Demolition, all right? And now we got the Rock and Roll Express here, so they're going to be signing it as well. This is a WWF turnbuckle. It's been signed already by Demolition. Ricky and Rob are going to sign it right now on camera. We're looking for a $200 opening bid to get us started. I think this is something where Emil really specializes here. This is a one-of-a-kind piece signed by 2 of the greatest tag teams of all time. multiple-time World Tag Team Champions, Rock and Roll Express, and Demolition. So we're looking for $200 opening bid on the turnbuckle. Who's got it? Come on, $200.
Did somebody win the class?
No, nobody won. I think that's the only item that hasn't gone
Oh,
yet.
nobody got that?
No, nothing like
Oh,
that.
I signed it.
That's okay, no, it's still signed.
I was waiting for Emil to come in with a last-second grab, but maybe he's saving his money for this in the boot because
200
Emil just came in at 200. So can we see 205 or 210? Still got 2 minutes left, so anybody can come in and take it. WWF turnbuckle. It's as old school as it gets. Axe and Smash have signed it already. Rock and Roll Express, Ricky and Robert are going to sign it next. Emil Menard came in with $200. Yeah, he's like, that's it.
He's exhausted.
I'm done.
All right.
How are you? Good.
$200 was the opening bid.
Oh, stiff.
I don't know who I'm passing them on to.
don't.
Am I Robert
Oh,
Gibson?
they love it.
I'm just racking them up.
$200. All right, got about another minute left. Emil Menard is in the lead so far. $200 for the Axe and Smash Demolition signed turnbuckle. Ricky and Robert are here as well. The Rock and Roll Express, they're going to sign it as well. Emil Menard has a $200 bid in. 45 seconds left to get that bid in. Top Emil Menard, 205 or 210. And then we still have one item left, which is also another extremely rare piece of memorabilia, which will be co-signed by another WWF tag team along with the Rock and Roll Express. So this is some exciting stuff that you really can't get anywhere else. Yeah, guys, we have like piles of photos here. If you want to get them. All right, 10 seconds left. Is someone going to top Emil?
I changed. Some of them were
And
red.
sold to Emil Menard, the WWF turnbuckle signed by Axe and Smash Demolition, about to be signed by the Rock and Roll Express.
Okay,
They need
have
to
it
sign
here.
it. And then we, oh yeah, all right, so I'll give it to
I'll
you
go
now.
get it, sign it.
All right, and now
Rick it
another
apart, isn't it?
one-of-a-kind item that
Oh.
you're not going to get anywhere else. All right, I'm just double-checking my information on this one. This is an autographed wrestling boot.
I'm still doing it.
Get over to Robert.
Already signed by the Powers of Pain.
I'm tired.
About,
Go ahead.
oh, no, we're just live. I didn't know if you wanted your phone call live. Already autographed by the Powers of Pain. Going to be
Go ahead, buddy.
autographed by the Rock and Roll Express. $200. We're looking for the opening
Let me
bid.
sign it.
Yeah, we got the turnbuckle, and then so
Oh,
we're
the
looking for an
turnbuckle.
opening bid, $200 on this boot, which I'm going to kick myself in the face with in 2 minutes. So it's going to be really authentic. It's going to have Powers of Pain's autograph, the Rock and Roll Express autograph, and some of my DNA. Because I'm going to try to swallow
There you
it.
go.
No, I'm kidding. We're having fun.
Gives a
Emil
Rick.
Menard, that's an old bid, right? He didn't come in with. I want to just double check. That's the last comment I have, Mike. All right, so we're still looking for an opening bid of $200 on this one. I apologize. Sometimes my chat freezes. But right now I'm live and I'm waiting for an opening bid of $200. This boot has been signed by the Warlord and Barbarian, the Powers of
Here's the one I
Pain.
had earlier.
And it's going to be signed by Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. This is a one-of-one piece that nobody else will have.
Now you see, there's another tag team that we didn't mention early either. Great tag team.
Phenomenal tag team.
Yes.
And they were here as guests for Monday Night Virtual a few months ago. Both still look incredible.
Yes.
as you guys do. Maybe that's what we should book on a future ISPW show, the Rock and Rolls against the Powers of Pain.
You daggone right.
Dennis Cornette Jr., thank you, Rock and Roll Express, for the many great years of entertainment for the fans.
They won't be able to follow us.
There you go. Looking for an opening bid of $200. Got about a minute and a half left.
Oh, yeah. Put this right here.
All the people coming in with the memories. Matt Finney,
okay.
thank you for the childhood memories. But right now
Who
we're
said that
trying
to
to auction
That's
off
first
this
in the morning.
boot. Powers of Pain. Signed it already. Ricky and Robert, the Rock and Roll Express, are about to sign it in a little bit. So we're looking for an opening bid, $200. Emil, $200 just came in. Emil Menard, here we
Super,
go.
sign the boots.
Emil Menard. So 40 seconds left for someone to top Emil Menard, who absolutely cleaned up. Well, pretty much. I think there was only one that he lost, and it pissed him off so much. He's like, you know what? Not going to happen again.
That's good.
So we always like to see people participating in these auctions. Thank you. But Emil remains our grand champion, at least for the next 20 seconds. Emil Menard, 10 seconds left, $200 up for grabs. 205, can I see it in the next 5 seconds? If not, we are sold. Emil Menard with another big win. The Powers of Pain and Rock and Roll Express autograph boot. We're going to leave
Sign
this.
it black.
I'm going to sign it right here.
Yeah, it's invisible ink.
Sign that
There you
black.
go. Is this an auction item? No.
We go.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. We'll sign it now on camera. This is for Ryan. The other Ryan who's here today helping us out.
Cool. There we go. Got that signed. Here we go.
All right, good stuff. All right, guys, so a couple quick orders of business before we take it home. 80swrestlingcon.com for all the great upcoming signings. Don't forget, if you spend $50 on any of the future upcoming signings, you're going to have your choice of a complimentary Nikita Koloff, Stan Hansen, or Ken Patera autograph. Follow the Wrestling Collector Superstore. Don't forget about the return of ISPW, Tommy Fierro's 1990s promotion, making its return September 5th at Memorial Field in Butler, New Jersey. Wrestling Collector Superstore at 80s Wrestling on Instagram. We're going to be back in 2 weeks with the Head Shrinkers, Rikishi Fatu and Samu. Also, so many great signings coming up from now until the end of October. Do you have something you want to say, brother? Oh, I saw you approaching. I didn't know. I want to give a big shout out and thank.
Good work, man.
What's that?
I'd like to thank everybody out there for coming out and supporting the rock and roll.
And before we close this out, though, social media one more time for you guys. Plug it.
Yeah. Ricky Morton on Facebook. School of Morton on Facebook. Twitter, Real Ricky Morton. Instagram, Ricky Morton. And make sure you check out my show that comes on live every Sunday on School of Morton at 5:05 Eastern Time. It's a great place.
Rick, can tell anyone also out there that's looking to possibly get involved with the wrestling business how they can reach you for your school.
Oh yeah, if you want to come and learn, that's one thing about our business. You have to go get it. It don't come to you. You can get in touch with me on the School of Morton Facebook. I have all the information on there. And
Just call me Colette.
Like everyone else has been during this signing. Anyway, no, you guys have been so much.
Popular phone during the signing.
You guys have been a lot of fun. It's been a pleasure for me. I haven't seen you guys in like 19 years. I enjoyed it. I know Vicious Vicky enjoyed it. She's a future star in the business. So Vicious Vicky for Mike, Tommy, 80s Wrestling. Fuck the chair.
Yeah.
All right. 80s Wrestling. See you guys later.
Over there.
Thanks, man.